you guys did sort of a circuit tour of the Evermore region. Um, yeah, you basically started near Mornbrand's Shield in the Serbrun Hills. Made your way over to Rivermoot and took care of some Etten issues that were there, and finishing up your business there, laden with loots and brains, you headed over to Zymorvan Hall, where you hung out with your favorite racist uncle, and then you made some mad loots, traveled to Silvery Moon, and in Silvery Moon, you bought and sold magic items, and started to realize that there were still a few things left to do before you went back, or not went back, but before you below the conch and take your fight against the giants to the next level. So, you rest up. You spend 2 weeks, which in Forgotten Realms is 20 days, in the most grinding linguistics training montage of all time. Your new kobold ally, teaching you as much as she can, aided by the tongue spell and comprehend language rituals. You guys put in 12 hours a day studying giant, and basically just living, I'm assuming, in Silvery Moon during this time.
I believe
Probably.
so.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what we're gonna do is I'm going to, because Xanathar's was very clear about how long it should take to learn a language, and we're compressing your language lessons into a very short amount of time, assuming, of course, that you've constantly been working on them for the last several weeks. You're still way under the time budget that Xanathar's would like you to be at for languages. So, we're going to put on some training montage music. And then, round robin, everyone's going to explain to me the most important thing that happened during their 20 days of language training. Based on how good that explanation is, that will give you that will set your DC to see what your proficiency in giant is at the end of this thing.
So, can you say that one more time?
Yeah, so you're gonna bullshit why you should be good at speaking giant, and if you do a good job and then roll a good number, you will be good at speaking giant. But if you don't, you'll have to talk like a 3-year-old, basically.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
Good to go.
All right. It's like a mini game. Then you guys never should let me play Final Fantasy VII Remake. I keep
Hey, man.
keep trying to throw these mini games in there. All right, so let's get rid of this.
Isn't like Animal Crossing one giant mini game?
Ugh, it's, I don't know. It's therapy, I guess. All right. So, Salem, we'll start with you. Tell us about your 20-day linguistics marathon. Why do you think that you are fluent in giant after 20 days of magically assisted linguistics training?
Oh, that is perfect music. Sorry.
Oh, jeez, this is intimidating music.
No.
Aside from Salem's overbearing confidence in himself, and being able to simply speak in Draconic with Tippa, because I remembered her name, and also the ability to use tongues, he would probably be mixing all of that into learning giant, and constantly like testing everyone else with his amazing eloquence. Like all along, while everyone else is trying to train, he would also start like throwing his own sentences in giant as well, to try and throw them off or correct them.
All right, paint a scene for us. What was the most like clutch scene of your 20 days of language training?
Probably trying to have a meaningful conversation with Karak in giant.
Okay, fair enough. So, what did you guys try to discuss in giant? Was it like Yo Como Pan, or was it like more complex? Were you trying to explain like the benefits of your religion versus other religions and theological theories, and like how elevated was this conversation with your intro level giant?
Because Salem is pretty sure that nobody else knows how to speak giant at this point yet.
Mm-hmm.
He'd basically be just like opening all his like doubts and worries to Carrick.
Oh wow. Okay. All right. So I have recorded that. This will be on a bell curve, so we'll come back and roll for it in a second. Marcus, tell us why you think after 20 days of hardcore language training, you should be proficient in giant, and tell us the most memorable / coolest thing that happened during language camp.
Absolutely. So, Marcus would have tried everything at first to attempt to like cut corners, like commanding himself for some reason with a first level spell slot in order to like learn giant efficiently, which he would have realized soon enough wouldn't have worked because he's only got an 8 intelligence.
No.
But soon after he decided, well, screw it, I guess I'm gonna have to try this for real. So he would be using tongues on himself, blowing 7 spell slots a day for 7 hours of tongues to split out so that he could make like flashcards and stuff like that. Writing down the runes, saying them to himself, writing them down, trying to read them backwards in a mirror, in his fancy new silver mirror. Absolutely trying his hardest to memorize as much as he can with the understanding that he gains from tongues for 7 hours a day for 20 days straight.
All right. Fair enough. Okay. So, juicing. Got it.
Yeah.
All right. Gyoza. Why should Gyoza be proficient in giant? What was the most cool, incredible thing that happened during language camp?
Nothing incredible happened during language camp.
Oh,
Gyoza just has this single-minded. There's nothing else for Gyoza to do, and he's just got enhance ability on all the time. Learning that enhance ability, magic juicing, get his brain juiced up.
Also juicing.
Yeah.
Okay. Athletes are taking a lot of drugs. Got it. Larionis, during this language camp, why should Larionis be able to pick up rudimentary giants by the end of this? What was the coolest thing that happened during language camp?
Well, there are 2 main things. I mean, the first is he's got this song stuck in his head. You all might be hearing it. And it inspired him to run with bricks in his hands, hit a speed bag, alternate his one-arm push-ups with clapping push-ups, punch some meat, ran up some steps. It was glorious. Also, while...
Nothing to do with actually learning the language.
Well, see, in addition to that, every night, since he only has to
training in athletics while everybody else learns...
Oh, no, the best
Someone's gonna
part
have to
is,
punch these giants.
as an elf, I have 4 extra hours a day, because I only need to transfer 4 hours.
Ooh.
Play the
And-
elf card. Okay.
And part of that 4 hours a day is me sneaking into Marcus's room, stealing his flashcards, and copying them.
Oh, dang. Alright. Are those the stairs that you were talking about? There? Just up and down these temple steps? Alright. Oh, there's another good staircase over here. You picked a good city for this. Look at that staircase. Holy shit.
I could actually post my workout in the Discord for everybody.
Alright.
The One Punch Man workout.
Alright, Sergeant Carrick Borgash. Why do you feel that Sergeant Carrick Borgash, at the end of 10 days of hardcore language lessons, should speak rudimentary giant?
Well, I don't know if he should, but I will explain what Eric's mindset
Okay.
is on the matter. He is a kinesthetic learner, much like the Leonis.
Okay.
But he's going to use the buddy system. He's going to, with the help of Egan, and then also with the help of the tip of the kobold, they're going to do, drills and feint, working with weapons and things like that to make sure that everyone's proficient. And he's going to be like calling out his attacks and giant, and that's going to help Egan. He's going to do the same thing back, and they're going to be pumping iron together, and working out together, and they're going to be like trying to carry on a conversation between themselves and Tip.
Sweating together,
Yes.
toweling off together, sauning
Sure.
together.
Long showers together. Yes, you go the usual.
There's a really nice beach. There's a really nice beach down by the river. Do you guys maybe get a game of volleyball going in your short shorts? Is that?
We were gonna go running along the beach.
Okay.
Carrick was gonna carry Tip on his shoulders, so she could be like
Nice.
talking to the giant as they're running along together.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Nice. All right, that definitely sets the bar high. Okay.
But he's gonna try and make it a practical learning experience. Like the giant's gonna be in reference to what they're doing, but also try to learn how to think.
Okay.
Words for lamp and bread and book.
Salem.
That sort of thing.
We're gonna need one unmodified intelligence check to show the culmination of 20 days of hardcore language training. There's no juice in this roll. It is what it is. Okay. Marcus, an unjuiced up intelligence roll to show what you retained.
Oh God, I wish I had inspiration. All right, here it goes.
Roll.
Oof. All right, hey, but you got tongue spell. You got tongue spell though, so that's good.
True.
All right, and Gyoza. Oh dang. Okay.
Short and studying wins the race.
All right. Larionis. Let's see that intelligence check.
May I use my inspiration on it?
If you want to use your DM inspiration, sure.
Beauty. I'm crossing it off.
Oh wow. Okay. All right, and Sergeant Carrick Borgash. Wow. Okay. Man, Tippa must be a great teacher. You guys really zeroed in on your kinetic learning. And one of you just did a hell amounts of drugs. So, Gyoza, Larionis,
Left by the goddess.
and Sergeant Carrick Borgash, you guys are effectively fluent in Giant.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I mean, it's actually not a very complicated language. Salem, you know enough about giants to participate in most conversations, but if they involve any sort of academic topics or theological topics, anything that's like more complicated than like, that was a good sweet roll. It was a good sweet roll. I will eat a sweet roll. Yeah.
Anything that isn't in the book that I already have.
Marcus, you picked up the most basic words that you pretty much already knew. So like fight, kill, die, sword, axe, just the real rudimentary stuff. Like you could probably issue one-word commands via the command spell. You could probably gauge the intent of a conversation because you're pretty wise. But as far as being able to hold your own in a conversation, it would be like a 2-year-old trying to communicate. It would be really So
the tongues
but
didn't
you
help.
have tongues. Yeah, you have tongues though. So
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough. So you guys, there you go. 20 days ends, and now you're ready to take your next step.
Lars should probably roll again since you don't have the.
No. Elven accuracy macro. If you mouse over the 18, you'll see it did roll twice.
Oh, okay. Now I see it. No, I'm used to seeing the two options. Sorry, that was my bad.
Yeah. The macro, it breaks how Roll20 displays the two dice side by side.
Got it.
On every dice roll that you roll off the sheet.
Got it.
All right. What is next for you guys?
We need to figure out who we're bringing with us beyond Ias, and do we need to do a shopping montage for her in terms of getting her kitted out? I know we bought a
We need to go
some
grab
kind
my
of crossbow
sword.
for her.
We did.
Yeah, I got
thought we
her.
did.
I got her the vicious crossbow.
That's what it was.
Mm-hmm.
In these 2 weeks, I don't suppose it's possible to see if the magic shop is refreshed and allowed us to perhaps buy some magical armor to protect us from giant hits.
I can refresh it twice, see what happens.
That would be
Give me
great.
a second.
'Cause, yeah, that's the only thing I can think of that Lars would be looking for is either an enchanted shield or enchanted studded leather.
Mm. Now what?
All
They're
right.
pretty good.
While I'm getting that info, I would recommend figuring out who is going to make the trip.
Anyone have any preference?
Hell
Any
kites?
preference at all?
We can't
So-
take all that. We'd be able to carry one Hellkite,
2.
I think.
No, 2 because it's 8 plus the blower. There's 7 of us, so that leaves room for 2. If we know enough giant, which none of us do, we can say Tippa, you stay behind. It'll be safer for you with like Pickwick or whomever. We just
Yeah,
need
we can either take a Hellkite.
Whether we take mount or not.
We can either take 2 Hellkites or we can take 2 fishmen. I mean, that's about it, right? What other options do we have?
I mean, is there even, like, besides Ias, is there anyone else we actually need to take?
I vote for Hellkites over the fish.
We haven't really
No
rolled
offense
with
to the
anybody at
fish.
least since I've been playing beyond her.
Yeah, why even bring the Hellkites at that point? Because they can't carry all of us.
No,
Well,
but
yeah,
could
but
be
they're
good as
still pretty
fun.
deadly in battle.
Yeah, and
Their
strategically,
superiority would
like,
be huge.
yeah,
I
strategically
mean,
that
if we're
it
going
can be
after the
useful.
Storm Giants, I feel like they're just going to be able to, like, I don't know, Storm Giant Lightning Bolt something them
Should we?
pretty easily.
Should we? I don't know.
At most, they'll be good bait.
It would be good for like
we don't bring
surveying
anybody with
areas
us.
and whatnot. More than
What
likely, I'd
about-
imagine.
Is there a reason to get like what allies do we have? I've got allies at the Temple of Selune. Marcus has allies at the.
I don't think we need to bring
Commander.
anyone from there.
No, I think any additional NPC allies beyond Ice, assuming she wants to go with us.
She said she did.
Okay. In
And
that
any
case,
other
I would be
NPCs
in-
will probably just be a liability.
I think we should bring Hellkites. I think
Some sort of creature. Some
I-
sort of
yeah.
battle-ready creature.
Let's find
Okay.
a purple worm.
yes. Let's pass an animal handling check for a
Yeah,
purple one.
let's just grab one of those real quick and take it with us.
I mean, yeah. If we had one more level, I could make some awakened creatures. Oh well.
Do we need
it's
any
a-
rings
it's
of
a-
warmth? Because there's like 3 of them for 1,000 each.
I think
It's a good thing. It's a
think he was
good thing this
thinking
is a
that one.
milestone game, and you're technically not even the level that you're pretending to be, because you still haven't blown the goddamn conch shell.
Ah.
So, yeah.
Oh, a lot of scrolls.
I mean, it is Silvery Moon. But...
Oh, wand of
oh,
magic missile.
I don't know if we need any more wands.
Well, I'm just sort of commenting. I'm just
Anybody can use a wand of magic missile. It doesn't require attunement by a spellcaster.
No, but it requires like 8,000 GP, which
Yeah.
I don't think we have.
True,
Well,
true.
The scrolls of greater invisibility could be pretty epic because attacking doesn't break greater invisibility. So I would highly suggest we buy those 2 scrolls.
Now,
Can anyone
That
in
would
order
make
to
it-
in
that
order to
would-
cast them, remember, casting a scroll, if it's a scroll protection or a cantrip scroll, anybody that can read the language on the scroll can cast it. If it's a first level spell or higher, it requires that the caster have access to the spell through one of their available spell lists.
Isn't Salem arcane?
Yeah,
Salem would be the
Yeah.
only one who could use it.
I mean,
Right.
Salem's willing to like turn people invisible.
Yeah.
Keep in mind that one of the benefits of spellcaster casting greater invisibility is they can't be counterspelled after that. Because you
True.
can't counterspell if you can't see the
You can't
spellcaster.
see.
Mhm.
I think that's a good idea. I think those 2 scrolls make the most sense out of anything I've seen here.
Yeah, that's my thought. I mean,
Now I am
cast
going
it
to
on a
refresh it.
caster.
I'm going to refresh it one more time for you guys to reflect that 2 weeks passed.
Yeah, but we're gonna have to commit to those scrolls now, or lose them potentially.
Correct,
We
yep.
have. Let me. It's loading up the spreadsheet right now. There we go. How much would that be total?
640
1280.
1280. I mean, we technically have the funds.
I
What-
think
what-
we only do it if we're all in agreement, though. There's 2 of us. Does anyone else think that's a good idea, or do we want to abstain or refrain?
I'm not against it.
Joseph?
Yoza, Salem, how do you feel?
About
I
buying
already told you
scrolls
how I
for
feel.
invisibility.
I'm okay with turning myself invisible and keeping everyone alive while no one else can see me.
Yourself and Lars.
Well, dragons
Yeah.
would still be able to blind sense you, I think. But
Yeah,
Well, yeah,
but
we're
you
not
know,
going
with the
against
dragons,
dragons.
it's
We're
sort
going
of
against
like,
giants.
I mean, we
Well,
fought
but
2
there is a distinct
adult
possibility that
dragons.
could be dragons. Yeah.
Yeah, let's skip one of them. I mean,
What?
what?
I think
I think the what was him being shocked that you didn't say both.
yeah.
Eh.
I mean, how much money do we have? I don't have that information. So
One
I'm
is
just sort of like,
better
"We've
than
got
none."
money. Money's an
48
abstract idea.
4,801.
Yeah, let's get him.
Right.
I'm all for it now. 4,801? Absolutely.
Total coinage, 3,359.
Okay, so you buying those scrolls?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll buy both of them. Pull out a calculator. Click. Here's what I'm gonna ask you guys. Do we want to get rid of the whole bunch of emeralds we have right now, or do we want to use the gold first?
I
Use
don't
gold
think we
first.
have a reason for them. Do we? Is there
I don't know.
something we're saving them for?
I mean,
I mean-
old school D&D gems generally had a better exchange rate, but since 5e doesn't go in for, cultural coinage and all money changing and all that kind of stuff, it's negligible. So,
All right. Well, then we'll just save them.
Coin weighs more.
and coin does way more. Yep.
Bit of a chunk, but we still got gold. No, we still got plenty of money right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and put 2 scrolls of greater invisibility in my inventory.
Let's see. I want to eat the loaves of bread and the apples, but this point, those from the sheep.
Wait, Calm Emotions has the same radius as Fireball. Wow, that's actually huge.
Calm emotions can automatically shut down a fight.
Yeah.
You fireball a group of people and then calm their emotions as their fires burning.
Today
Well,
I
calm
learned.
down. It's not that bad.
Take it easy with being indignant about being hit with the fireball. Just chill out.
Right? Like, geez, all this yelling and screaming. It's like you've never been hit by a fireball before.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I restocked Silver Moon again.
The secret package. What do we got? We got a whole bunch of +1 stuff, +2 stuff, another bag of holding. That's expensive. Ooh, boots of
I'm
the
gonna take
Winterland?
Calm Emotions. I'm
That's
curious to try it out.
expensive. That is expensive. Boots of the Winterlands. I bet you'll never be cold.
It's hilarious because those rings of warmth do the exact same thing, and they cost 10,000 cheaper.
What are you talking about? Rings of warmth? Where we're at?
Those were in the last update. Carrick
Oh.
pointed them out.
Because nobody was buying them.
Oh yeah, like mine. I flash my ring over. The one that you left in that bug, Lars.
That's fine. I didn't need it because look what I've got.
True, yeah, you got your little tattoo.
Which also gives me Ray of
What?
Frost.
Guys, for my
That's
fishman,
good
Trident
eyes.
Fish Command. Yeah? No?
We're not bringing them. The wand of magic missiles is
I
still
just thought
there,
it was
but I think
thematic.
I don't think we have the money.
We
for
don't
it.
have the funds for the magic missile, unfortunately.
And
Even if we hadn't bought those scrolls, we were nowhere near the funds for them.
This is sort of an odd ask. Feel free to say no, but any chance that Garrett could get the +1 maul? That way, he has to toss the dragon slaying greatsword to dragon slaying giant slaying greatsword to someone else. He could have a comparable weapon on hand.
Do you don't have to attune to the greatsword, correct?
Nope. Because we could literally just toss it down the line. We could all take a whack at an enemy.
Well, people who are proficient, maybe.
Yes. You knew what I meant.
Like me.
Yes, but it requires 2 hands. You'd have to ditch your shield.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a
true.
greatsword. Yeah.
I mean, doesn't bother me. There's nothing on this list that appeals to us.
Do you guys?
Unless somebody's willing to, unless you guys are cool with me buying. Oh, actually, I'm buying +1 arrows off my character sheet gold.
Would y'all want to, in case we get in like a running fight or a long distance fight, would y'all want to take a scroll of flame arrows? In that unlikely scenario, we could have flaming arrows.
What is? I don't know if that does what we think it does. Or,
It-
well, I don't
it's
know if it
just,
does what I think it does. You touch.
you
Okay,
Touch a
no.
quiver containing arrows or
Arrows
bolts.
or
When a
bolts,
target is
which
hit
means
by a
one person
ranged
is getting
attack,
these.
Using a
More,
piece of ammunition drawn from the quiver, the target takes an extra 1d6 fire damage.
more
Spells
than one
magic
person
ends
can draw
on a
arrows
piece
out of it.
Of
Do what?
ammunition when it hits or misses. Spell ends when 12 pieces. The spell
More.
ends when 12 pieces of ammunition have been drawn from the quiver.
More than one person can draw ammunition from the flame arrow quiver.
That is true.
If
But-
we
Right,
were,
but that
like,
means they all have to be standing next to each other to draw from that
Yeah.
quiver.
I mean, it's
This is a problem we had with the whole bag of holding things inside of it thing.
Mhm.
People
Yeah, dude,
having
I
to be
think
in certain
a good
locations.
idea, but for this, we should probably pass.
If we had that busted artificer bag, Crash.
Oh yeah. Oh my god. That was pretty much the end of UA for me. Was that artificer? I was like, yeah, I'm gonna let somebody else playtest all this shit. So.
I'm okay with the +1 maul for Carrick.
Lars bought 11 +1 arrows using
And I'm
gold
going to
roll.
buy another basic bitch healing potion while we're at it.
Everyone else okay with the
Garrett's gonna
+1
use his
maul?
own money. I'm sorry?
Yeah, I'm fine with the +1
Sure.
maul.
What about the ever smoking bottle?
What does
That's
that
pretty
do?
cool. It just
It-
produces smoke.
It just
forever.
produces smoke. That's all it does.
No, that's actually pretty good as far as
That's-
that. If we
that's
want to
60
create experiment,
It heavily obscures a 60-foot radius area forever.
We cannot afford both. It's one or the other, and I
That's
vote
just
the
cool
maul
life.
because it's more useful.
Okay.
At the present time, it's more useful.
I think we need stuff that's I think we need stuff that's a little bit more hands-on as opposed to subtle approaches to things.
Because you can't grab smoke.
Salem, do we have enough gold after the mall to afford 243 GP of arrows to fill out my quiver?
You were buying your own arrows.
I bought 11 and I'm out of gold.
Oh, you bought. Oh, you only bought 11. Okay. Give me a
Hey,
second
Crash.
to math.
Mm-hmm.
So,
much would it how much would it
are
cost
we getting them all?
to get a hollow metal pole
Yes, to mall.
Okay.
that's like 10 feet
Understood.
long?
Crash, we're buying the +1 maul.
A hollow metal pole.
Pole,
Yeah, you could
yeah.
have some. Yeah, you could have something like that made.
How much would it cost to make that?
Depends on what the metal is. Just steel.
Just iron or steel, doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean it's a special order, but probably less like 10 gold.
Can I use that to get inside the bag of holding and make a glyph of warding with it? For a
What,
spell?
like use it like a straw?
Yeah.
Like an air?
Yeah.
Marcus, have
Man.
you been like
Just for
googling
one.
ways? to
No,
try and
I
get
just now thought of this
feel
because
like he has.
I want to try it with at least one. I want to do one. So someone give me 200 gold.
Wait, hold on. No, did he say it could be done?
If
Hold on,
he,
I'm double checking.
I'm not gonna abuse it. I'm not gonna abuse it. That's for sure.
Oh, bullshit. You're already.
Yeah, I was about to say, hold on now. This is you we're talking about, or
I just
playing
want to. I
Marcus.
just want to do one.
Okay.
That's all.
There are only ever 10 minutes of air regardless of whether the flap is open or not, or a snorkel is used or not.
Really? Okay. All right,
Yeah,
then
magic
never
items
mind.
do exactly what they say in their descriptions. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right. Crash.
Mhm.
All right. Then.
Ias does not have any money, right? Gyoza will buy her 5 + 1 arrows.
Okay.
We're buying the
Now,
plus
I
one
would
mall.
say this: you could probably have somebody put air into the bag of holding, like fresh air, because that's a thing that could technically happen. So if they like had a bag of air and then put the bag of air in there, you could like use that to keep adding more air to the bag.
Oh, I thought you were going along the lines of sticking the snorkel in
Yeah.
and then just like blowing air into it.
Like-
Anyway,
Sounds
Maul,
like
or
something we could use
Crash.
the pooper shoot for.
Plus one Maul was bought. How many arrows did you, or how much gold worth of arrows did you say you needed?
So Marcus, if
243.
you do want to try to do it, you can, and you want to spend the money, you could do it.
200 and what? 43?
Yeah, 243 would cap me off.
What kind of arrows are they? Just the plus one arrows?
I'll think about it.
And how many?
That's 9.
Okay, so 1 + 1 Maul and 9 + 1 arrows.
Donka.
You said 200 and what?
43.
Alright. That is. You got a plus one Maul now, Carrick.
Thank you. So, serious question. Now that I'm thinking about it, I know that Salem was sort of pouring out his hopes and fears and aspirations to Carrick during our various montages. Because I did well, do I understand or recall anything that he shared with me or attempted to share with me?
Well, you do in the same way that a parent fluent in their native tongue would understand a babbling toddler, telling them all their thoughts and feelings and hopes and dreams in their native tongue that they're still
Okay,
master.
it's just a confusing mess. Got it.
Yeah. So you'd probably get like, sad, confused, that kind of thing.
I want to be a good god. I don't know if I can be a good god, but I really want to be a good god.
He basically goes through the entire emotional spectrum, like all of it, multiple
What have I
times.
done? What have I got myself into? I can't do this. Who am I kidding? I can do this. I'm Salem. I can do
Yeah.
anything I set my mind to.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's a lot of, basic language, but the feels and the heart would still be, there. Yeah.
Well, in that case, Carrick is his opinion of Salem is easing. So
Oh, okay.
You just wait until he does something that like boosts his ego again. Look
this
at what I've done.
motherfucker. He's gonna get us killed. Flaming mane, ego the size of the fuck.
All right, so
good
to,
job.
to double check, you're getting Ias a suit of leather armor, studded leather armor. What are we working with here?
I thought we bought her leather armor last week. Along
Yeah,
with
I'm just making sure I got it all right here.
or like I think we bought her like the best we could, which I think.
Okay.
What was it? Studded leather
I would
armor.
have been studded.
All right,
and then
got it.
and then
Because
got
we were
her
kind of
mission.
kicking ourselves like, shit, we should have sold that half-like armor.
Yeah,
the
because we
pickle
should have
armor.
kept that armor. Yeah, that's right. And then, you know what? Is this the guy we sold it to?
It is the guy you sold it to.
Does he still have it?
Yeah, he moved that west to Waterdeep.
Oh, he sent it west.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, Waterdeep.
It counts.
No, we are not
Sounds
going
like a
to
side
take that
quest.
Damn armor.
I'm gonna have the cast of Waterdeep steal it.
We are not
Yeah,
going to the side quest to steal
human-
pickle armor.
Human suit.
Pickle eyes.
Yeah, I think that's the best we can do for her right now. I mean, technically, we could buy her more than just 5 + 1 arrows. We still have gold to do that. If we want to buy her, do we want to buy her more? That way, she still has she has a somewhat steady supply in case we get into a worse situation.
Oh, you only need the magic ones to fight magic stuff, right?
Oh, yeah, that's true.
All right, I think you guys are going to be okay.
Yeah,
Alright.
yeah.
Believe in yourselves.
One day you'll have money, Marcus.
Is that why Marcus is? Is that why Marcus is?
And
crying?
guys, I'm gonna be honest. At least we actually have money to spend. Let me tell you, it sucks being broke when you need to save the world.
Well, you later found out the party treasury was hoarding it, and you weren't broke. Because when you finally got them to open the coffers, you guys had like $250 million gold or something, or $500,000 gold. So you were never really as broke.
You mean
yeah.
our wizard? Who just like
Anywho,
I'm gonna take money from this guy.
all
The
right.
worst possible guy to take money from.
Everyone's ready to go, I think.
Are we
you just-
taking Hellkites with us, or are we just going the Seminoles? Because I think Tapple and Skippy will die hella fast.
No. I was being dead serious when I said Salem is gonna send them on a mission to spread the word of himself.
Okay, I
Okay.
figured. I just wanted to make sure that nobody else was like, let's bring Tapples with us.
Before we go on this mission, Salem is gonna cast tongues on himself.
Just okay, fair.
Like a day before we head out. Salem's gonna cast tongues on himself, kneel down in front of both of them, put a shoulder or put a hand on each of their heads, paw, and he's gonna tell them, "I have a mission that only you two can do for me, because you are my most trusted of followers. Spread the word."
Okay. They both nod somberly, knowing the weight of the mission that you have given them, the importance of what lies before them.
And I pull out a piece of black onyx for each of them and give one to both of them.
All right. They very quickly hold the pieces of onyx up next to each other to see who got the bigger piece, and then put them away.
Spreading the
Do
word.
any of us
chaos.
see or hear this interaction, or is this done in private?
This
This
is
is-
a private moment.
This is not a private moment. Salem
Oh,
it's not.
wants everyone to see this, that he is finally doing something like relatively godly.
Carrick is going to sidle up next to Salem, and this is out of concern for Tapple, because they had that moment in the caverns when they were fighting.
Yeah, when they were separated and they had to fight for their lives. Yeah.
Yeah. He's gonna settle up next to Salem. He's like, you realize that the only reason that our Kuotoa friends haven't been wholesale slaughtered is because they were with you, and the only reason the three of you weren't wholesale slaughtered is because you were with the rest of us. That, it may be ill-advised sending them off by themselves. I'm just
Well, they
wanna
got
put
their
that out
Sword
there.
Saints tabards on.
Yeah, they got Sword Saints.
Yeah.
Tabards, they got the spears, the shiny new spears and armor that I got them.
They're also pretty intelligent. They know that without you guys, they need to recruit
more careful.
elsewhere. Yeah, they're probably gonna hit up lizard folk and
They're more
Yeah.
intelligent
like
than we are.
yeah, monsters. They're gonna go get monsters.
I'll
Yes.
say this much. I mean, I trust that they'll try to do their best, but never underestimate the intense racism that's embedded in humanity. And a walk off.
As he says that, you all think back to Zymorvan Hall. Yeah. Good
There-
old Lord Zymorvan, keeping the old values. Make Faerun great again. Yep.
I look back to the two of them.
Maffa. Yeah.
Look back to the two of them, and I just like, I believe in both of you. Now go.
They're smarter than us. They got this.
Yeah, they'll honestly, they managed to blow up a dam. I mean, they're pretty capable.
They're
So,
engineered.
Yeah. Yeah, they were running a slave trafficking ring right under the noses of the authorities for several weeks, if not months. So they should be okay.
Yeah, I believe in them.
Yeah.
I
Not
wholeheartedly
to put
believe
their
in them.
business out there. But they were doing that.
All right.
Spread the word of health and chaos.
Are we taking Hellkites or not?
I think so.
Okay.
Yep.
Unless anyone has a suggestion that's like to fill those two spots with something better,
Fury.
I don't see why we wouldn't.
I
Something
mean, I don't know.
better.
I don't know where we're going.
Fury is an icon.
We are more like the seven of us are more flexible than without the Hellkites than with the Hellkites. Like,
I
just
mean, we
don't
can
know.
always release them if we get into
Yeah,
a position where we
I
can't take them
I
with
still
us.
think the Hellkites would be good for like bait or like bothersome nuisances if we need them to be.
All right, so the seven of us and two Hellkites ready to go.
Okay.
Who's bringing their Hellkites? I guess that is the next question.
I'll bring my Hellkite.
Okay.
Salem and Gyoza had, I think, the best rapport with their Hellkites.
Well, I'm willing to bring mine if you need me to.
And
So
I'll
that-
let Ias ride on my Hellkite.
I think Marcus and Gyoza, I think, should bring their Hellkites, because Marcus's Hellkite helped out a good bit when he was fighting that orc. And Gyoza's Hellkite was instrumental in saving all those people. So.
Well, no, that was actually Gyoza's Hellkite I was riding when I killed the orc.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Don't you remember? Marcus's Hellkite almost killed him.
Yeah, mine
When
melted
you're
me.
ready,
I thought it could have gotten better.
drag out the units. Drag out the units that are going to go with you to this magic circle.
Huh. Mm.
That's Salem's Hellkite.
That's Salem's Hellkite.
Uh,
There's Salem.
Are we taking Gyoza's then? Or are we taking mine?
Yeah, probably,
Yeah.
because Gyoza definitely has a better relationship as well.
Well, I would say it's up to Gyoza probably, but
But
if he
also,
doesn't-
Gyoza's the only. Gyoza and Salem are the two that don't need their Hellkites because they can both fly.
Right, which is why I was gonna let Ias fly on
So-
Shattermaw, and she can rain death from above.
Oh, maybe I should take mine, because I can also longbow from above.
Maybe.
I never
Okay.
named mine, though. Lars literally just used him as a taxi cab.
His name is
All right.
Taxi. That's his name.
Is there any chance that
That
the storm giants live out where, like, at
Marcus
sea?
trusts Ephitate. We're bringing Ephitate. Come on.
oh god, we're bringing
Oh,
epic action.
God.
Do the storm giants live out at sea?
That's his name.
Uh,
I would
Hellkites
sooner
live at
bring
sea or
Midnight than
giants?
Marcus's mounts.
Do giants
point.
live at? Do the storm giants? Where do the storm giants live?
yeah.
the
So
clouds.
you have had enough time to do some basic research. So as a group, give me one nature or history check with advantage and guidance.
I'm proficient in
I'll-
history. Just throwing that
I'll
out there.
cast the guidance.
I've got a +5 in nature.
That's all you then, buddy.
Okie dokie.
+3 bonus.
Okay. All right, 21. Yeah, let me tell you about storm giants real quick, so that you know what you're getting into. My heart is so full right now of pride that you guys would take the time to look up this information. It's a big deal. Let's see. Alrighty. So, with the book you checked out of the library, Storm Giants and you, let's see. What do you guys find out? Let's see. You got a nice picture of one. There we go. They have a very, like, Greco-Roman aesthetic. Okay. So storm giants are contemplative seers that live in places far removed from mortal civilization. Most have pale purple-gray skin and hair, and glittering emerald eyes. The hair color can also be different shades of white, silver, and purple. And green. Some rare storm giants are violet-skinned, with deep violet or blue-black hair and silver-gray or purple eyes. They are benevolent and wise, unless angered, in response to which a fury of a storm giant can affect the fate of thousands. Storm giants live in isolated refuges so far above the surface world or below the sea, so they either live in the clouds or they live at the bottom of the ocean, that they are beyond the reach of most other creatures. Some make their abodes in cloud-top castles, Jack of the Beanstalk style, so high that flying dragons appear as specks below. Others live atop mountain peaks that pierce the clouds, and some occupy palaces covered with algae and coral at the bottom of the ocean, and grim fortresses in deep-sea underwater rifts and ravines. They spend most of their time remembering when they used to be in charge of everything, the entire world, and they sort of like washed out high school football stars, right? They spent a lot of time just thinking back to their glory days when they ruled over giant empires forged by their god Anum, who you have had some interface with his oracle and whatnot. They do seek to restore what was lost, but they kind of do and they kind of don't. Like, they have over the years sort of taken a stance that their time is over and it is the time of the small folks. It is this sort of detachment and begrudging sort of like sportsmanship that has kept all the giants from doing what they're doing right now, which is just wrecking everybody. Because at the last ordning, the storm giants were placed in charge of all of the giants of Tyrell. And so whatever the leader of all the storm giants decides, all other giants of all other clans must obey. Now, the problem is, with the king missing and the ordning happening, that's a deadly combination, which is what has resulted in these terrible attacks. So, from what you understand, by the standards of the Sword Coast, if a lot of storm giants are good people. Now, if they get super mad and they decide to fight you, they are amphibious. They have a swim speed and a walking speed of 50. They are immune to lightning and thunder, and resistant to cold. They are unbelievably perceptive, like frighteningly so. That's how perceptive they are. They are learned. They are athletic. All of their stats are amazing. Their worst stat is a 14. That is the baseline storm giant. The basic bitch of their species. His worst stat is a 14.
That's really
they are
insane.
Yeah, they are all innate spellcasters with the ability to control water, bestow water breathing, give flight to others, and detect magic. Again, this is the basic bitch rank and file storm giant. They prefer great weapons, and they are trained, like all giants, in the competitive throwing of objects. Furthermore, every storm giant has the ability, roughly every 18 seconds, to just throw lightning bolts.
Hmm.
Now, those are the basic bitch ones. Amongst their people, they do favor sorcerers, particularly storm sorcerers. And there have been a few wizards and clerics, but generally they just sort of, if you're born with magic, you have magic. Otherwise, you just use the magic that you normally have, sort of thing. Amongst like other classes that they might take, they like barbarian quite a bit, and they like fighters, particularly battlemaster fighter, and champion. So yeah, 19 or 20 to crit with great weapon mastery on them well trained storm giants. So how hard do they hit? That's a good question. With their giant swords, they hit for 6d6 plus a bunch of damage. So it's pretty. They're pretty beefy. Pretty beefy.
Marcus, get your tap shoes ready.
What?
Get your tap shoes ready. You're gonna have to dance.
Oh, yeah.
Talk our way out of a fight.
Oh yeah, I got this. I think.
I mean, if you haven't noticed, I'm pretty good at talking.
All right.
We've seen what happens when you talk first. I think Marcus should lead this conversation.
Do
I
you
don't
not
think we're
remember what just happened? Like a couple, some odd, however many days ago? How long have we been here?
2 weeks.
With the giant Etten lady? And Tippa? I got us Tippa. Come on, man.
I don't know. I think your desire to convert someone might overwhelm your other sensibilities.
I didn't try to convert the giant Etten lady.
As we prepare,
Although now that you're talking about it, I kind of regret not doing that.
as we prepare to teleport, I guess Gyoza will give everyone underwater breathing just in case we're going underwater.
And we need Egan's token.
Yeah,
I guess.
Egan's going to.
Maybe
Smart.
we make Egan blow the horn, and that incapacitates him for some time until his player arrives.
I've got bless Gyoza.
Okay. So, question for everybody. We're teleporting to an unknown location, possibly going to be immediately surrounded by unknown forces. I'm preparing Pass Without Trace. I could cast it.
I will cast tongues on myself right before we teleport, just in case.
I think we should hold off on passing the trace and preparing anything. We should just show up,
Okay.
see what we got, and just roll with it.
Well, I'm going to cast tongues before we go. That way, like,
Well,
if
that
we
makes
do have
sense.
to start talking, I'm not willy-nilly, like, start casting a spell, and they're like, he's casting a spell, kill them all.
No, that makes sense. That makes sense. But like doing pass without a trace or having weapons ready or anything like that, we don't know what we're going into, and it may be necessary not to present a threat initially.
Well, yeah.
So-
Well, Pass Without Trace, just we don't leave footsteps. It's not really super threatening or anything.
So I will mark off.
Yeah, but would it carry over into through a teleport? I guess that'd be a DM question.
But it's centered on the caster.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it technically would.
Okay.
But
Well, that's
I will cast
in
tongues
that case, that
on
makes sense.
myself right before we go. I will also see if Ias wants to go ahead and ride on Shattermaw. That way she can rain death from above.
Alright. And Gyoza will cast water breathing on everybody. So they got 24 hours of water breathing.
Oh, don't forget to mark yourself and your dragon. That way we don't get them confused.
With the same.
All right. Well, if you're gonna use the same color as me,
Hey, I had orange first.
hey, I'm pretty sure my color is closer to orange than yours is.
Whatever.
All right, so we're bringing Shattermaw and Midnight.
Yes.
Is that who we're bringing? Okay.
I thought we were bringing Epicac.
He convinced me otherwise.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I was like, look at our previous history.
He didn't want me to
And I
melt my
think,
face off again.
Ias and Larionis are going to be our aerial combatants. And then... yeah, we got this, guys.
Mhm.
I believe in us. I believe
All right.
in
Anybody else casting anything before we go?
Nope, let's go!
All right.
All right. Who is blowing the conch? And where's
Egan!
Yeah, it'd
All
be
right, let's
Egan.
drag Egan over. All right. Egan places his mouth on the stinky
Greater
conch shell.
invisibility. That's not concentration, is it?
Would have at least washed it in the river.
I think it's definitely think it's concentration.
Let me check.
Yeah.
It probably is. A B C D E F G. There we go. I always got to do the alphabet because I'm dumb.
Pass without a trace is concentration, I believe. That's
No, I was talking about greater invisibility, so I got to be careful with those.
yeah. Visibility spells are concentration.
Luckily, I don't have to worry about a whole lot of concentration spells.
That's good.
All right.
All right.
So I got tongues on, so I'm gonna go ahead and put on new kind of what mark is for tongues. Ugh. Is there a mark for tongues?
I don't think
I
so.
do not think there is. Yeah, just find something that will remind you that you have it on.
Musical note.
Okay.
I like the tentacle because it's like a big purple tongue.
No, that doesn't work that way.
That's for grappling. Everybody knows that's for grappling.
Yeah.
All right.
Gio's is just
Use
like,
one of
I'm gonna
those
cycle through all of them.
balls.
Oh man, this is actually happening. Oh,
Yeah, it is.
man.
Finally.
Here we go.
Oh man. Okay. Whew. It's gonna
Leaving
get
that
bananas.
face on the house behind.
All right. Let's see.
You've been waiting 1.5 sessions for this to finally happen.
The blowing. Well, I've been waiting longer than that, but
Yeah, he was probably waiting from the very beginning.
I thought you'd pull it out of her fat rolls, stick that sucker in your mouth, a toot toot, off you go. Then I was gonna take the person that toot tooted it in the secret chat and be like, "All right, give me the names of 8 people that you want to take with you," and that was that. And then nobody would have a choice; it would just be transported.
And he just like names like random people.
With this group, I was like, "Come on, there's at least 2 people I know that would just would have honked that horn as soon as they got a hold of it." So
Tadpole
The
and
second you
gentlemen.
said smegma, it was game over on that.
I mean, it's a fantasy game. I try to cover the whole field. You know what I'm saying? Try to cover the whole
Yes, you covered the whole field in
field.
Your attention
Alright.
to detail did it in.
Clutching the 20-pound, 2.5-foot-long conch shell, he lifts it with both hands to his lips and prepares to blow. All right. Now, I've been waiting so long, I have to double check where you actually get teleported in, because it's been a while.
Then he has to go into secret chat with Egan and tell him what happens.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to call him at his business meeting. I'm going to be like, "Hey, I know you're making business down at the business factory, but they had you blow the horn. Is there any way you could just... Oh, what do you mean I'm on speakerphone? Oh, hey, everybody, I'm his dungeon master. Yeah, every Friday night he has me just whoop his ass. Just whoop his ass every Friday night. Don't
Oh,
worry, it's not weird. He actually pays for it. It's cool.
This has been recorded forever for the
A
internet.
company card? I don't know. Maybe he's using a company card. That's weird.
Very discreet billing, so anything's
Yeah.
possible.
Yeah, it just shows up on your bill as good time. So, let's see.
You guys wanna?
Anyone-
You guys wanna?
All right, I see where you guys come in. It's sorry, it's a big area. It's a big area.
You guys wanna book anything?
Here we go. Oh, it'd be more
Just need to-
dramatic if I
quick,
deleted
no.
you.
No, quick! Oh no, quick! Someone put the THQ sound, like theme music or whatever it is that comes in. Just
THX.
that slow build to extreme
Oh
loud.
yeah. All right, I don't know if this is a. Oh, it is. Okay, this is since it's giants. You guys are gonna have
Oh.
super tiny miniatures.
Awesome.
So let me shrink everybody down real quick.
It's another one.
Is no.
Yeah, if you remember the Eye of Anum, or the Oracle, or whatever, it was like that. So it's a tremendo sized map that you guys are all the same size that you were when you left, but you feel a hell of a lot smaller when you get there. All
There's
right.
probably some giant ass steps.
Okay.
I'm looking at a picture right now of a dude with an arrow in his shoulder, and he's just chilling in like a doctor's office. He's got a smile on his face, and his kid next to him looks absolutely terrified.
All right. So it's a big map. So if the whole thing loads or doesn't
Yeah,
load,
games
etc.,
for-
etc. Yeah. All right. So there should be some music. Should be some music on 1. I don't know what volume it's coming in at, and then there will be some music on 2 as well. So if that blows out everybody's eardrums, let me know.
I don't
Could
hear
you
anything
pull
on
click
it.
us?
We're in the jungle.
Wait,
It's-
sorry. This is the
pretty
wrong
close.
music. Wrong music. Hold on.
Who's gonna be on midnight with Carrick? Lars or
La-
somebody
Lars.
else?
Lars.
Lars.
There we go.
Kind of quiet.
Yo, look at this green Zeus.
It's on number 2 there. Number 2.
Just number 2.
Aw, this is super peaceful. We ain't gotta fight anyone to this music.
Exactly.
Not at
Suddenly,
first.
suddenly, in between the harp notes, ding ding dun dun.
Lightning bolt.
I mean, there's a lot of lightning bolts for sure. You guys have unlocked flavor text. Can you guys see yourselves here? There should be
Yeah,
like some weird gold graffiti on the ground.
Yeah.
All right. As you arrive via the teleportation, it feels terrible in your tummies. Has anybody had a character that's teleported before?
Yeah.
We
Someone
have
has died a lot.
teleported
Does that count?
between. We teleported from one town to another town from
Yeah. That's right. Okay, so you guys are seasoned teleporters, so that's cool.
Carrick is- and I don't.
That's
think
right,
he
that's
would've been
right.
Either.
Oh,
First
Okay.
time teleporters.
yeah. First time teleporters, give me a Constitution save. I think somebody threw up into their hood last time we had to check for this. Oh yeah, Carrick. When you get there, it's just everything's kind of mixed up in the tum-tums area. So there's sort of you can swallow it back down. You're an 8th level melee fighter. You can handle it, or you can just let it all go. It's up to you.
No, I gotta choke it back down, and I'm just
Okay.
gonna
It was
have that
Salem who threw up
that
because his
acidic,
cat
just
body couldn't
gross
handle it.
taste in the back of my mouth.
All right. So, you are in an extremely ornate palace-like setting. There is beautiful harp music playing, and the woman playing it is right over there. She's big. She's a big lady. And she's just sitting there with this giant harp, playing beautiful harp music. Yeah. Everything here is carved from rough-hewn stone and worked into beautiful sort of Greco-Roman pillars and bas-relief carvings, all that good stuff. where the stone still remains in its natural state, the walls are moist and covered with bioluminescent lichen, snails, starfish, and barnacles. Tiny glowing crabs crawl across the floor, and even near you, they crawl across the floor, though they do avoid the magical sigil on which you stand. Yeah, so beautiful music is playing from the harp, and you hear some more music coming from up the stairs. Oh man, hold on, let me grab that music.
Da, 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 da.
All right, so this will be on Groovy 3, I guess.
Is Groovy 1 even playing anything? Oh, it is.
Should
I
be
hear it.
some
No, I had to
underwater
turn it
sounds.
way up. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we could actually turn down the harp a little bit, turn up number 3.
That is not what I expected, but also kind of what I expected.
Yeah, and you hear a woman's voice. It's singing pretty loud. So all that seems pretty cool, but there is this guy standing here, and he's looking at you guys surprised and taking in your measure and trying to figure out what the hell is going on. He is going to reach for his weapon and roll into initiative.
Oh, okay. Darn. I wasn't gonna.
Oh, shit.
I guess we can't talk
Oh,
first.
well, you can if that's what you want to use your action
Oh.
initiative. But this
I
guy
would
is
like to,
definitely reaching for a lightning bolt.
I would like to kind of flappy flap over
That's not very nice.
and
All
be
right,
like,
well, in initiative though, because this guy requested initiative be rolled. So
"Hubba." Oh, click. Ha! I go before him. It's a low roll, but I still go before him.
all right, and I think we got to roll this lady in. There we go.
Don't forget about
And
Maya.
this lady, and there we go. Gyoza, you're up first. The lady playing the harp looks concerned, and the guard looks like he's going to throw a lightning bolt at everyone. What are you gonna do?
All right. I guess
have
with a
tongues,
22,
remember.
I came in with absolutely no motion sickness.
No, you're keyed up. You're ready to go.
Yeah. So Gyoza will show his empty hands and he'll say, "Hello, we're greetings. We're not here to fight." That'll
Okay.
be his turn.
All right. Give me a persuasion check.
All right. So good at this. Negative.
Oh, is that a -1?
Okay. His eyes narrow suspiciously at your small person words. His eyes turn accusingly to Egan, holding the conch. Ias, who did not spend 20 days grinding out Giant, has no idea what everyone's saying and is going to back up and have her bow ready? Question mark. Eyebrows to everyone nearby.
We did tell her that she could ride on Shattermaw.
Okay. All right.
Salem, when she like has her bow ready, Salem's gonna like do like the universal signal of hold on.
Okay. Midnight. It's getting tense in here. There's also some singing coming from upstairs. It's echoing through the whole place. Yeah. It's coming from this staircase over here. Oh wow, how high are the ceilings? The ceilings are 40 feet high.
Probably like only 20 feet up right now because we weren't not even like they probably weren't flying because we were teleporting.
You guys would have appeared on the ground. Yep.
Midnight's probably gonna be spooked, so he's probably gonna fly up.
Release the lightning bolt.
Let's say he's gonna fly up 30 feet. Karaka's gonna try and calm him. He's gonna be a little weirded out. He doesn't know how to respond. So, when in doubt, we take the dodge action. So he's 30 feet up and he's
All right.
down.
All right, Egan will stand defensively in front of everyone. His shield up, but his weapon pointed towards the floor. All right, Carrack.
Carrick will call out, and he's gonna try and force Midnight back down to the ground because he realized that a hellkite flying up is kind of an aggressive posture to take. He's gonna force him down. He's gonna be a little bit lower. He's gonna call out, "Hail and well met. We are the Sword Saints of Phandalin. I know we are aggressive in visage, but we come in peace. We are here to aid in resolving the ordering as best we are able."
Okay, give me a persuasion check. All right, this guy motions to Harp Lady to tone that shit down for a second, and so she her fingers stop moving across the strings. The singing continues from upstairs, though. The giant says in giant, "You speak our tongue well. If you are here to discuss the ordering, then you should go upstairs and speak with the princess. I will take you there. Come. Leave your dragons. They are not welcome."
Giants don't like dragons, guys, by the way, so I forgot about that.
Yeah, that's a thing. Racist, if you ask me.
I mean, they only fought each other for like 10,000 years, guys. I mean, you know.
Forgot about that.
Elf Shadow.
Hello.
Hi.
Oh, is Elf Shadow coming? You bringing necromancy with you? Okay.
Apparently that's the whole thing now.
Okay. So that's a little bit of a red flag, but okay. All right, I mean, come on over to this guy. He'll show you where to go.
Yeah, let's go. Flat,
All right.
flat, flat.
Out of initiative, I guess?
Say hi.
Yep, we were out of initiative. You guys were able to calm this dude down before he opened fire.
Thanks for not shooting us with your lightning bolts.
It's fine.
I have tongues on. So.
This... All right. We will travel up these stairs, and there you will gaze upon the princess. I trust if you were sent here to stop the ordering, you are filled in on our culture and our ways. So I won't give you any sort of clues as to what you're supposed to do next. Please, follow me.
Marcus,
Yes.
you cannot hit on this princess.
Okay.
It's not allowed.
All right.
Yeah, I cast tongues on myself.
Do you want Ias and Egan to stay with the Shattermaws? Or
I
do you
think-
want...
Yeah.
They should- yeah.
Okay.
Oh man, I don't feel safe leaving them with the Shattermaws simply because we don't know what errant giants will come by and try to squish them.
I mean, Harp Lady's there.
I meant the dragons, not them.
Oh, I got you.
I just don't want them getting caught in the crossfire between giant and...
Aya spent her 20 days learning more about the Hellkites. Because, you know, her horse got killed and stuff. And, you know,
Oh,
she's
yeah,
trying to
that's
fill
true.
that empty place in her heart where her best friend that she raised from a little baby was murdered. You know, that kind of thing.
That makes sense.
All right, let me move you over to the next map. Oof. Oof, it's going to get crazy. Okay. All right. Let me bring you over to the next map. Equally big map. If it doesn't load, refresh, all that jazz. All right, so As you go up and up and up and up the stairs, you find yourself, and they're big stairs too. So it's not as bad as like Honey I Shrunk the Kids trying to go upstairs, but each stair is like, I don't know, 5 feet tall, 4 feet tall. So it's kind of a pain in the ass to go up the stairs. They're pretty big stairs. Yeah. Or you fly. Yeah.
This is my training for the athlete feat I'm taking on my next ding.
Nice. As you are climbing up, it gets the music gets steadily louder. And those of you who speak giant understand the words that are coming out of their mouths. You guys come out into a great hall. Music fills this hall. The room is split into 2 levels. A 15-foot high raised ledge hugs an east, gently sloping ramps leading up to it. The acoustics here are excellent. Barnacle-covered pillars of hewn rock rise to meet the vaulted ceiling, and a huge crystal window allows in light that casts beautiful patterns on the walls. Under the crystal window is a hulking crab with colored nodules and hollow flutes of beautiful coral growing out of its shell. This creature is a living instrument. You see that there is a huge woman playing essentially a keyboard built into the creature's shell, and that is where the pipe organ music is coming from. Performing next to the crab are 2 giantesses. 1 and 2. Alright, one is playing the pipe organ and the other is singing and dancing. They are really good. I would say if they were passively doing this, it would be a 19 or higher. That's how proficient they are with this shit. There's actually art I'm supposed to show you. There you go. Yeah.
Oh no, I accidentally clicked off it.
Guys,
All right, hold on. There you go.
are we in Atlantis?
Ooh.
Yeah, and then speaking of Atlantis, that window that's going on back there, it's totally one of those. You look out and you see under the sea creatures like swimming by, all that goodness. You are definitely in D&D Atlantis, or pretty close to it.
You could say we're under the sea.
Are we underwater? Like, are we in
you,
water?
You are,
Yeah.
you are at the bottom of the ocean.
No. Up in outer space, that's where we see orca and manta ray and all kinds
Hey, man.
of fish. We're
Space
definitely
whale.
not under the waves.
This was excellent foresight, Gyoza, on the underwater breathing.
Am I breathing water right now, or no?
No.
Oh, okay.
This is dry. You're in like sea base. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Yeah.
We're in a bubble.
Okay.
Yeah, and again, as you look out the glass window, it's totally just like a scene out of like, any underwater Aquaman movie, right? So, right, you got that kind of shit going on out the window. Like sea turtles are swimming by, manta rays, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. All right. Now, in addition to all of that flavor text, there is a lot more going on in here. There are 2 guards. They seem to be a bit more armored than the valet who led you upstairs. These guys, they look just like the guy in the picture book you checked out of the library.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Huh.
You see assembled, listening to this concert, are 4 giants. And these giants, they appear to be real ultimate badasses of their species. There is a hill giant. No, sorry, he's a stone giant. So they
I was
wouldn't
about
was
to
like,
say,
yeah.
wait.
they wouldn't invite hill giants. What am I saying? Yeah. So there's a stone giant. He's looking pretty beef over there. He is sort of listening to the music, his head kind of nodding in rhythm with it. There is a frost giantess. there is a fire giantess. Her flaming hair, frizzy from the damp. And there is a cloud giant.
Salem
Now,
has,
oh,
Salem has seen someone with hair on fire as well.
as the song begins to end, everyone kind of stands and applauds politely. They're different cultures reflected in the way that they cheer. Soft golf clap from the cloud giant, raucous, hoots and oops from the fire giant. Sort of a howling call from the frost giants, and a stoic nod and hearty slow clap of approval from the stone giant. The crab waddles in a circle and throws its claws up to receive the praise, and both of the giantesses take a bow, and it is only then that their eyes meet yours, and they stop what they're doing. And you
Marcus
hear
claps.
you hear the harpist start up from downstairs, and their eyes go wide, and one of their mouths just drops open. And then, seeing the look on their faces, the other 6 giants in the room all turn around, and the valet, he turns to you guys, and he does a little Vanna White, and he's like, "Behold, small folk who have come in regards to the ordering. I leave them with you, your majesties." And he shuffles back downstairs.
Majesties.
Oh God, they're all the leaders.
Oh man.
Well, it's a good thing.
Garrett will step forward and he will take a deep bow.
Okay. Anyone trained in history can make a history check real quick, especially coming off of your late night giant study session.
What do I have? Where's my book?
Marcus, you're proving to be a less than ideal student.
8 intelligence, man. I can't help
You said
it.
you have to be trained in history?
Trained in history, yep.
Okay.
You do have the book, though. You could sub in that for training
Okay.
if you'd like.
I'll do that then.
Okay. Okay. You don't, you recognize, Salem, that, this is the cloud giant known as Val. And Val is a powerful sorcerer and free agent. Basically, alliance to no one except whoever benefits him the most. He is old, but savvy, and he is considered a noble amongst giant kind. You see Tartha. She is a powerful warlord of the fire giants, and probably the second most powerful fire giant leader in the Sword Coast / Faerun region. You see Helenhild, who is a mighty frost giant priestess. She, shaman, but she is said to have druidic powers and an affinity for polar bears. Also considered amongst giants to be, a legendary giant kind of deal. And this is Braxow of the Stone Giants. He is essentially a skald who they send out into the world, the surface world, to retrieve news of the goings-on in the world. So he is sort of a hero amongst his people. You don't know who those 2 guards are. They're too basic.
Would I understand these 4 giants as the 4 leaders or 4 emissaries?
They are 4 adventurer class giants. So they're basically badasses amongst their people. They're you guys, but giants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, these are the guys who they put together. This is their 18% about
Yeah.
the ordning.
Are we
Now,
the B team?
unfortunately, your book and your history check do not give you any knowledge about the storm giants who deliberately try to keep their business secret because they are a very secretive and reclusive race.
Yeah, because I also remember the book saying that it was really had the Vandana and the ordning.
You do see like a full-sized fucking whale just sort of drift past the window while you are kind of taking in the measure of everybody assembled.
Must resist fish.
Yeah, it's real big. It's a big fish. I mean, it's technically a mammal, but I don't know if you trained in nature or not, so...
It looks like a fish.
Yeah, it just sort of like swims by like, wee. Alright. So, yeah, the whole room is like watching you guys, and you hear the quiet yet heavy footsteps of the valet making his way back downstairs.
Lars, what are you doing?
So, Carrick, you step forward. Lars, you got spooky undead with you. What's the plan here?
Carrick will bow deeply, and he'll sort of motion with his arms like, "Come on, guys, bow with me." Show
Yeah,
respect."
no, I'm pretty sure that's what we all plan on doing. Is
Yeah, I suppose I'll follow that lead, yeah.
Yeah, Gyoza will take a knee.
Salem spreads his wings over
Ooh, I don't know about that.
balance as he bows.
Lars will incline his head in a nod of respect.
Oh god, you're gonna get us killed.
All right. As you guys are doing this, these giants move very swiftly to try to stand between you and the leaders. Like, you know, security, basically. Does anybody oppose this movement, or do you just let it happen?
Yeah, let it happen.
Okay. All right. There is a 40-foot high ceiling in this chamber, and the sisters are still trying to get their composure together. On the south side of the room, you do see an arched hallway that leads further to the south. You do see up here a spiraling staircase that leads upwards. And you do see a passage here to the northwest that leads into another room where green, blue, and turquoise lights seem to shimmer and sparkle from within.
And our escort said that these were
Keep going.
princess.
Yes, he said he was going to bring you to the princess.
Okay, so singular princess, which means
All right.
Carrick would call
crab?
out, "We seek an audience with the princess, Sarissa."
Oh shit. When you say that, you see the face of both these women sour. It sours like vinegar and wine when you say that name.
Shit.
The cloud giant makes a smirking gesture, and you see the other three don't seem to follow 100% what's going on. You do see Braxow look towards the south. All right, since everybody speaks giants, this lady right here is going to sort of pipe up, and yeah, she will kind of see that you're doing all the talking there, and will address you first and foremost, I guess. Carrick, she turns to you and says, "She is preoccupied with matters of state. What is it that we can do for you, small travelers? I assume you came here via magical conch shell. That has implications that you will need to explain to us."
You want me to take it from here?
you better before I do. Somebody better.
Marcus
Before
steps
Salem
forward
finds
and he's going to say, "I apologize if we came across as crass. We arrived here, as you say, by conch shell, And that being the case, it was the one of a Chief Guh of the Hill Giants. We are the Sword Saints of Phandalin, and we have come here seeking a means to an end in regards to the ordaining.
Okay, that's well worded. Her eyebrow goes up, and she looks to the other, who looks to her, and they share a look. Go ahead and give me an insight check, Marcus. Mm-hmm. Probably like a girl's thing, like, how's my eyeshadow kind of deal. So
Yeah,
probably has nothing to do
sounds
with
good.
anything that's going on. Yeah, right now. Okay.
They're pretty, yeah. I
right.
imagine that's a thing,
Yeah.
probably for them.
This lady turns back to you, and she says, "So, how is Ga? I was under the impression she intended to win the ordaining by eating." And you hear this one let out kind of tinkling laughter, but she a big girl, so it's like loud tinkling laughter. I don't know how
A
loud.
chandelier instead of a bell.
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, like a huge chandelier.
Stone Cold.
Pipe up,
Oh,
she lost her appetite.
Stone.
Leave it at that.
Yeah, Stone Cold deadpan. She's dead. As she was attacking cities of our kinds.
Oh wow. All right. At this point, Tartha speaks up and says, "As well she should. It is the rightful place of the small folk to be in chains or smash beneath the boots of their betters."
Then pray tell, why is she dead now?
Okay.
I'm directly challenging her.
Yeah. You see this guy kind of like give her a look like, You see the two sisters are eager to see what happens next. But this frost giant watches the fire giants with even more interest. Definitely curious to see what happens. However, Braxow, Scald of his people, says, "There is no reason for violence. Ga was a fool. She tried to do her best, but her limitations were obvious from the start. Even the greatest hill giant is as nothing compared to true giants. It is their place to serve the lowliest of our kind. Therefore, we can at least expect these warriors to be better than that."
Indeed, I thank you. I nod my head towards him, and I say, we did not come here to seek battle against all giant kind. We came here to, as I said, seek an end to this. And Marcus is obviously trying to delay the fact that he kind of forgot the exact reason or the exact objective once we got here.
8 hit.
Yep, 100%. He's one.
Like, what?
Yeah.
This
So
lady
he's kind of
says,
fishing.
"You speak well. No doubt magical enchantments. We are the sisters of Sarissa, the elder sisters. And what my sister Miran says is true. She is busy with matters of state. You must be weary from your travels and your great deeds of heroism. Please do us the honor of being our guests. We will show you to accommodations. You may rest, and then, after the sky darkens and brightens again into a new day, and our sister is no longer burdened with her great and pressing duties, you will have an appointment to speak with her.
Can I insight check what this lady is saying? Because boy, do I not trust it.
Yeah,
Sure,
Garrett's
sure.
gonna mutter Marcus
Yeah.
impressed.
I mean, you can roll an insight. I just outright don't believe her.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm gonna
Maybe I do.
need Salem. Can you come over to a secret meeting?
Yeah, let me find it.
Gyoza's very confused because he's never really dealt with anything out of the woods.
Marcus is trying his hardest not to shake right now. He's doing his best.
Marcus is trying hard not to what? Faint?
Not to show that he's nervous.
Gyoza doesn't understand matters of state. That's what it is.
Carrick understands there's some bullshit going on. He doesn't know the specifics. He just
Yeah.
doesn't want to get derailed. So he's
Absolutely.
like, push the issue, get an appointment now.
How do you guys think we should handle? I think like being able to challenge them is probably the most efficient approach if we want to like gain respect from anyone if we need to. Which is why I took
Let's
that against the
make a
fire
deal.
giant.
Let's say Carrick fights one of their. They pick a champion. Carrick fights him. If we win, then we get an audience.
Can you defeat a champion? In
I think we
don't
lose
fight.
this. I think we lose these. Absolutely, we lose these. I'm pretty sure.
I'm at a loss for any other ways we could
we could
demand an audience.
just believe them. and be
Yeah, I
like,
don't think we should. I don't think we
"Okay."
should. Yeah, I think demanding an audience is definitely not the play here. I think we should, at the very least,
We
go
have
along with
no.
that. Mhm.
Have you
Then we-
considered pressing them in the fact that what we're here for is a matter of state?
We could do that.
Well,
True.
they said that they would give us let us meet with her.
Yeah, but that means fuck all. Let's be honest.
But isn't that what we're trying to? I mean, that seems like a good thing to do.
How they act in front of the monarchs of the other giants might their presence may be holding any adverse actions that they have planned for
Yeah,
us.
they
So
put us off
if-
until morning, and they're like, "Oh, she's still busy. I'm so sorry. You know what? Give us another day." Another day passes. You know what? She's still super busy. You know what? Just do us.
Well, that's assuming they don't try and murder us in our sleep.
Well,
There's
that'd
that.
be pretty
Hey.
cool. So
Hey everyone, I think for now, we should go along with this.
thank you.
Mostly because there's
Princess.
8 of them and a giant crab.
I agree.
The very, very skinny one says, I'm so happy that our offer of hospitality has been taken up by such brave heroes. Wait here. A valet will come for you and take you to your quarters. You will want for nothing. We will bring you food and drink and musicians to entertain you, and guards to keep you safe in case anyone has any violent ideas. And you see everyone kind of look at Tartha, and she's like, all of my ideas are violence.
I look at Tartha as well, and I sweep my own fiery mane.
She looks at you and nods and says, not quietly, you will make an excellent addition to my menagerie, beast.
Carrick will bristle at this, and he'll just sort of bare his teeth and say, "Salem is no
Before he even
beast."
says anything, I put my hand on his shoulder. Hey, it's okay. We're guests.
All right. If that is the case, the valet will come back for you.
Before we leave, Lars is going to make a point of trying to address the frost giantess.
Sure.
And in giant, he's just going to say, I'm not sure if word has reached you, but I am dismayed to inform you that the great hero Harshnag has fallen in battle to an ancient blue dragon.
Oh man, when you say the great hero Harshnag,
Yeah.
her face contorts in like disgust. Yeah,
Hero to them.
yeah.
Yeah, that
She's
was
just-
not the play.
Outcast.
She looks at you, and her face just shows like disgust and pity that you would be so confused. And she says, Harshnag is no hero. Harshnag is a disgrace. Harshnag hunts and kills his own people. If Harshnag met his end, I only hope that in the grey waste of Gehenna, the demons that feast upon his innards take their time.
Technically, we helped because we trapped him in the place with the dragon.
All right, this guy raises an eyebrow and he's like, "So you betrayed your own ally for personal gain? Interesting."
Lars is just shaking his head at like Salem's comment, and then he just addresses the frost giantess again and says,
Oh, the valet is here. Now we can go to our room.
"It's a shame your people are so blind to
There's
his
so
valet.
many. There's so many. feet
Mine
and
will
so
honor
many
him."
mouths.
She looks to you, and as another dramatic wail goes floating past the glass, this one even more adorable than the last one. She looks out at the whale and then looks back to you and says,
So round.
"The storm giants have a saying. That which matters to plankton matters very little to a whale."
What if the
And she-
plankton is poisoned?
And
I
she
mean,
turns- she
I'll
turns
take in
to-
her
Yeah.
I'll take in her figure and I'll just kind of raise an eyebrow and say nothing.
Hmm?
But I'm gonna smirk at her referring to herself as a whale.
Okay. I mean, they're giants, so big is the best. I mean, you know, they don't have body issues. They're amazing. All right, downstairs you go to the special guest quarters that are not a prison. All
I
right.
was about to say, are there chains on the wall?
I mean, all right.
Is
let's
there
see.
an old man hanging from the ceiling saying, "Oh, I wish they only just turned me around upside
I'm
down"?
free! I'm free! He
Upside
falls
the
into a
last
wall.
time.
This place is so flippin' big. Hold on, I'm trying to find the guest chambers. Hold on. Let's see. Kitchens. Okay. Barracks. Okay. Shark pool.
Sharknado.
Okay. Let's keep going. Sparring room. Coral
Do the
garden.
sharks have laser beams attached to their heads?
Oh, they even have small guest quarters. Oh, that's sweet. Okay.
They thought of us.
They're not moving us there though. We're going to the prison.
I mean, anyways,
While they're moving us, our green valet here.
yeah.
I would like to, like as politely as possible. I would be like, word has it that the king is away. Has something happened?
Oh wow. Okay. The valet, whose name is Pandion. Yeah. Pandion looks to you and says, "Great magical beast, the king is missing." And then this guard, like, kind of like shoves him into a wall, and he kind of hits it pretty hard. And then he's like, "I'm sorry. I spoke out of place."
Oh no. I'm sorry for your friend hitting you here. We actually were a bit on the side of trying to. I was gonna say doppelgangers.
Salem X-Day on the explanation A.
We trying to rescue him, in a sense,
Okay.
because we know he's important.
Salem guards work for the daughters. Shut it.
So, as you arrive down the hallway with the guest quarters, there is a statue here. You see a star because during the time period that this adventure was made, when they still cared about their maps at all, Wizards of the Coast was like, I know drawing statues is super hard, so just draw like a star or something, and we'll call it a statue. Nowadays, they don't even give you that, it's just black and white crap maps. Anyways, it's a hot topic for me. But that star thing is supposed to be a statue, so use your powerful imaginations and picture a statue. Here, I'll put one down. I can't stand it not having anything there. Okay. There we go. Oh, I feel better now. Okay. Oh yeah, so the dragons at Ias, they kind of watch you guys go by, and then they call out like, "Hey!"
Yeah. Come over here.
Yeah. And so
They're with us.
they're not at all pleased that you brought these dragons, and they tell you, we will need to take these dragons. They are not allowed in these quarters.
What if? I bet you. What if I did this? How about this? We bring them in only for a moment, and then I'll get rid of them.
What?
What? With your magic's powers?
Yes.
Your magic powers are enough to get rid of these beasts?
Absolutely.
Yeah, we killed a hill giant chief. Pretty strong.
Go then.
In fact, I commanded a whole flock of these things.
Small guest of the princesses, please make these dragons disappear where we can see them.
Oh, right now?
Mm.
Oh, okay.
If you kill my mount, that's it, Salem.
I walk up to these mounts, and I gently pet them on the head, and in Draconic, I'm gonna just be like, alright, both of you, just gotta trust me and stay calm, okay? Just nice and calm.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna cast a sorcery point, or use a sorcery point. I'm gonna use, actually, do I have to use for this? Where are you? Creating.
Are you gonna banish them?
I'm gonna need you to stop talking.
Banish is only 1 minute, just so you know. These guys look like they're
are
gonna
they
be
gonna
hanging
stand
out for a
around?
while.
Maybe they're not gonna.
Okay.
Like,
You
I gotta
guys
figure out how many
feel like
points I gotta
teenagers that
use.
are being followed around the store by like mall security. Like, there's definitely no sense that these guys are welcoming or trusting of you at all. Where to go?
There it is. That's what I was.
Can I roll a
looking for.
sleight of hand to try and pick the pocket of the valet?
No.
Yeah,
What?
it's pretty high up there. So
Yeah, I
I
was
would
gonna say, how are you?
yeah.
Reach it, first off.
So
Second
to see-
off.
to see if he notices you climbing him.
Yeah, I would definitely say it would be a disadvantage because you'd have to wait for an opportunity to sort of like fucking jump up and try to like pick his pocket.
I'm just joking. I want to
Oh,
mark
okay.
the reaction there.
I'm gonna see.
All right.
Wouldn't his pockets be like 20 feet up?
No,
Yeah, these guys are 25 feet tall.
if his
Let us
pockets are
remember
20
the
feet up,
incident
he's
on
wearing
the
some
airship,
pretty
shall
high
we?
pants.
All right, so Salem, everyone's watching, waiting for you to make these things disappear.
I'm gonna be like, all right. I'll use 4 sorcery points because that's how much a spell costs,
Okay.
and I'll vanish them and see if they buy it.
Okay. They trust you when you say you're going to cast a spell on them, and you are a draconic bloodline sorcerer, right? Is that correct?
No, I'm the divine
Oh.
soul. Remember?
Oh,
But
in that
I'm
case,
speaking to them in Draconic,
yeah. All right.
and I've been dealing with them a lot. So
Okay. Let's see what happens. Okay. All right, they both disappear. All right, the two guards look impressed. Heroes, that is impressive magic. Go now to your rooms. We will be right outside, as will Pandian, to get you anything you need.
Is this
And
guy
you hear
Pantheon?
you hear the clock just tick 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 tick.
I'm gonna go over to Pandian and I'm gonna look at him, and I'm just gonna like fly right up to him if he'll let.
Sure. All right. The clock's ticking. I'm looking at my clock right now. You got 1 minute.
You want to save the king, right?
Yes.
All right, I need you to cause a distraction because in 1 minute those things are coming back and they get into the room quick while those guards aren't looking.
Oh, you are concerned for the life of your disgusting dragon pets.
Yes, but they're not gonna bother you. Don't worry about it.
All right. Why don't you get settled? You
Right.
two, please.
Everyone in, go, 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 go.
I must speak with you over here. All right.
Alright.
I have concerns that they may have more allies. We may want to post additional guards on the entry portal as well. And there is a sudden bamf as the two creatures return. I need animal handling from somebody. It can be done with advantage to represent the group who's working together here, but this is to keep them from roaring in outrage and surprise.
I mean, I'm over there.
Okay,
Animal
let's see it.
Oh, wait, Ice has animal handling.
Oh, or sorry, intimidation or animal handling. Right.
Oh,
these
in
things
that
respond
case,
well to violence.
I've got a
Yeah,
I've
they
got
do.
a +9.
I got a +8.
Who's got a +9 to intimidation?
Gyoza.
Gyoza.
Me and Gyoza are the most intimidating people in the group right now. I'm already over there.
The first roll I see is the one we're going to use.
Okay.
Oh, okay. As they reappear, they do begin sort of screeching and roaring in surprise. Pandian looks over to the lady playing the flute.
Calm emotions on them.
Okay. She plays a little bit louder. Okay.
Charisma saves.
All right. They're not humanoids.
Problem.
Oh no! That's right. They're not humanoids. Okay, why blue spell
But everybody else give me a charisma saving throw to see if Marcus
No,
is calm
I was
or
only
opposed.
specifically affecting those two, so it's okay. It's alright.
Oh, fair enough. Okay. I thought it was each creature in a 20-foot radius sphere centered on the point.
Oh, I thought it was.
It is.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
wizard.
yeah. Everybody
Crouch
here needs to be indifferent. Or save.
I don't know what you're talking about, buddy.
Oh wait, we're making saves. Okay.
I don't know if you'd be close
God
enough.
damn it.
All right, you don't feel goddammit. You feel super chill about all this.
I'm gonna like start ushering the two things
I guess
over
I need
there,
to
and I'm
save
gonna
on
start making
myself?
my own scene.
Okay. Yeah, I mean a fireball
I'm chill
is
now.
the size of the template, so yeah, it would be like that. So Carrick, you wouldn't have been affected. So.
Oh, in that case,
Okay.
he's gonna go up to midnight, and he's gonna bop him on the stool and say, "Calm yourself."
All right. So you drag him into your room.
Yeah, both of them.
Okay.
And I start making a scene and going
This guy
like, what?
yells at the harpist, and he's like, "Turn it down! It is too loud! We're standing right here." And admonish, she does. And then this guy's like, "I think I heard something with my passive perception of motherfucking 19, as you guys found out when you read the goddamn book you got out of the library."
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Yes.
We're
I
hungry.
heard something. You're hungry.
Yes.
Already.
We actually didn't eat before we came here. It was a bad move on our choice.
Certainly. I will bring you something. Are there any limitations to what you small folk can consume?
Well, they don't like eating anyone that remotely looks like.
Are you implying that we eat small folk?
The hill giant did, but you're obviously not a hill giant. You're better than that.
And narrows his eyes. You are restricted to that room until you are called upon by one of the 3 princesses. Do you understand this?
Yes.
I will bring you a great meal, because a meal such as this should be one you can enjoy.
Can you have Pandion bring it?
Of course. Do I look like a servant?
No, you look like a warrior.
Alright, so Pandion's gonna bring you guys some food. They're gonna grab some more. They're gonna grab more guards at Pandion's insistence, because not the best lie that he could have come up with.
Nope.
All right.
Everybody get in there.
Okay.
So
Yes,
Gil's
Egan,
gonna
get
come
in
up
there.
to Carrick immediately and be like, Carrick, why are we trying to lie to them?
Why does Elf Shadow get a bed?
Because no one else claimed a bed yet.
Wait,
Egan, Ias, get in here.
Oh, if you
Lie
guys
to us about
require
what?
more beds, there are 2 rooms. So here, I'll open up this other room.
I thought the storm giants were the good ones. Are we
okay.
trying to deceive them?
No. So
In this
guys,
particular case, yes.
Here's the
Sarissa
thing.
is the one we want to work with. The sisters are the ones that have been undermining her.
they're gonna kill us.
Okay, so yeah, as soon as Egan closes the door, Salem blurts that out.
There is absolutely no doubt that they're gonna try and kill us.
So is it poison, or are they going to send assassins in the night?
I mean, they're giants. Do you really think that's necessary? They're probably just gonna walk in here and stomp on us. On the plus
Well,
side,
I
we have a
mean-
bottleneck.
To try.
Yeah.
On the
I
downside, it's a very small bottleneck.
I don't see them fitting through that too well, but we can handle one at a time, I suppose, if that's the case.
Here's the thing about that. They're not the ones in that room, Lars. Weren't the leaders.
They were
So
allies of sisters, right?
I feel well. I don't know about the stone giant. The fire giants, they're just like violent. So like, if they get a chance to butt heads with somebody, they're gonna do. The cloud giant, I think he's more. I think if we give him a good enough reason to not be with them, he might turn. The frost giantess is probably gonna be the hardest one to quote unquote get on our side. The fire giant's probably not going to be on anyone's side if the fight. But this is we need to. And also, I think Pandion is our buddy because he wants the king back.
So, I am mighty glad that I decided to take clairvoyance instead of scrying for this instance. Because as soon as we're in here and I've got a comfortable position or whatever the hell, I'm going to go ahead and use clairvoyance to see what's going on in that room that the princess is in. It's got a range of 1 mile.
Now, just so you know. Oh, never mind. They're not dragons.
Plus, isn't clairvoyance different from scrying?
It's a form of scrying, but much weaker.
Yeah, which means they have a better chance of detecting it.
Alright. You hear a knock at the door.
Flap, flap, flap. Hello?
You hear the voice of Pandion.
Ah,
Small heroes and guests, I have brought food.
give us open the door.
Come in. But can't reach the handle.
You see
wait, no, I can.
that despite his great size, he is able to come into the room. Do you let him come into the room?
Of course.
Okay.
Egan, get out of the way. Egan, what are you just standing there for?
And then I close the door behind him.
He looks over at your Hellkites, which are sleeping in the bed. Fortunately, the bed is very damp. Anyone that stayed at a Motel 6 That's how damp the mattress
Ew.
is.
Oh
Ew.
yeah, God.
Ugh.
Yeah. So the
Large
mattress
MDF in there.
the mattresses are smoldering, but not actually bursting into flames, and they look pretty
Large.
adorable as they're sleeping on the beds. And Pandian sort of looks over, and he smiles and says, "They are not so bad when they are sleeping.
Yeah, see, highly trained.
Here, I have brought you a vegetarian fare and a pescatarian fare."
Ooh, fish. Is any of it
Oh.
poison? Is this how they're gonna kill us?
Well, that would make things simple, but I'm sure you have a means by which to remove the poison.
Yes.
So it is
I'm
poison.
sure I do.
Yeah.
If you think it is poisoned, it may as well be poisoned.
You
For
try it first.
such doubts put poison in your heart.
Oh man. Okay.
I
Well,
do
with
not,
the door
I-
closed.
I don't have detect poison and disease prepared, but I do have
Or-
purify food and drink prepared, so I can cast that if you want.
Just so
do
you
it.
know, there will be at least 3 guards. You are not allowed to leave these chambers until the princesses have given the okay.
I need to ask you something,
Hmm.
Panyon. Like, man to man, or
Hmm.
beast to giant. Are you do you want us dead?
I am intrigued by you. Chief Gur was a terrible monster, giant or no. The atrocities she visited upon the people of the mainland were deserving of death. I eavesdropped on your conversation from the stairwell. If you truly did put an end to that foul creature, then you are heroes in my eyes. Things have been tumultuous since the death of the queen.
What now?
Oh,
The queen was killed by smallfolk, which kind of exacerbated things. Remember?
Oh yeah, that's right.
yes, the queen loved the small folk. In fact, her love of the small folk is what stayed the hand and aggression of great King Hecaton. It was at her urging and insistence that he learn the common tongue and learned of their ways and customs, and even entertained the idea of opening our borders to trade with the islanders nearby. Alas, when the queen was found murdered by small folk, his rage boiled over.
Wait. Who found her murdered?
Her personal guards,
The people who were supposed to be protecting her, who were supposed to be closest and most
there
trusted.
were witnesses. Small folk did kill her.
Who witnessed it?
Her personal guards.
That's it, just her personal guard.
Yes.
Did any of them come back uninjured from
Yes,
trying to protect her?
they slaughtered the assassins. Some of the assassins escaped. And
Okay, so what you're saying is there's no real proof but word.
I suppose
And
there's no way we could ask her. She's dead.
I can speak with dead.
boy.
His eyes widen because, as you guys learned from your special picture book that you checked out from the library, they don't
Yeah.
really go in for classes like cleric and stuff.
Yeah.
They can, but they don't.
What if I told you we could?
Oh wow. He kind of looks around. He says, "The queen is buried here in the palace, but her tomb is guarded, and you aren't supposed to leave your room."
Right. But what if nobody saw us leave? What if you
But
could?
if you do get an audience with Princess Sarissa, that would be information I would definitely tell her.
What if?
Pantheon.
Okay, but here's the
You-
thing. Can you guarantee yeah, you probably can't guarantee, but
I
what are
can't
the chances?
guarantee anything.
Yeah, what are the chances of us actually getting that meeting?
The two elder daughters, they have filled their hearts with hatred for the small folk, for killing their mother. Furthermore, when the king went to visit justice upon those who had murdered his wife,
He went missing.
he went missing.
Could you
Only
get?
further fueling the rage that the two hold in their hearts.
We understand how that could cause such anger, but I believe our primary objective, being to stop the ordning, is to find King Hecaton and rescue him. And on that note, we should be in accordance with the princesses.
Right.
His face looks very stern, and he says, we have paid scribes. We have paid neighboring races to commune. None were able to locate
Right.
the king.
But we also learned that it's because he has something on him that's preventing that. Because we wanted to try the exact same thing, and unfortunately, something strong is blocking us from doing the same thing.
This is tremendous news.
The
And
only
he seems kind of sad though. He's like, I would very much like to see the king again. And
do you know where he went to before he disappeared? Like where he went to go usher out this revenge?
he and two of his mightiest warriors rode out on their war whales.
Did his mighty warriors
War
come
whales.
back?
They did not.
Okay, so they went missing too. All right.
Hmm.
Do you know where they were supposed to be heading?
They were seeking small folk. They intended to.
Oh, they were just looking for anyone.
They were going to just find small folk and beat answers out of them. Princess Sarissa pleaded with her father to remain calm, to find a better way, but his rage boiled over. He left his daughters in the care of his royal advisor, and he left on a mission of vengeance.
Who's
Never
the
to be
royal
seen again.
advisor?
Pray tell, Pandian, is there by chance a portrait of Princess Sarissa's likeness here in the palace?
He kind of like, well, yes, but they are mounted on the wall. You want me to bring you a painting?
How large are they?
They are quite large by your standards.
Would you, by chance, is one nearby? I merely want to take a look, is all.
I could describe her to you. Does that not work?
Would him describing her to me fit the conditions of being familiar with her for the sending spell?
If he does a good job, yeah.
Lars will try and use minor illusion to
Oh, that's genius!
create an image of what he's
Oh.
describing, and then he can correct me if I get something wrong on the image.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
okay.
Yeah, if you could describe her likeness to me.
All right.
Ooh. You know what? I'll help with my own minor illusion too. Like two little sculptors working on a big old statue.
Okay. Give me a second. Hold on. This is pretty good. Hold on. You guys are onto
Wow.
something here.
This is gonna be the most lifelike looking storm giant.
I mean, before we do that, we may want to make sure that he doesn't have minor illusion, because then he could just, here she is. But if he doesn't, we can do it like a sketch artist version.
feel
Magic
like if
sketch
he did have it, he would have been like, I can minor illusion.
Not everyone who has minor
Only-
illusion is aware of this
only-
application of it.
I feel like a storm giant would know how to use minor.
Oh, by the way, he does sort of. You guys kind of barreled on without him. He says, the royal advisor is, Mithir.
Do you trust the royal advisor, Pandian?
I have no reason not to.
Aside
She,
from,
since the death of the queen, she has stepped in and taken a very motherly role.
Right.
Over the
Oh.
3 princesses.
Let me just kind of put this into perspective. You have the advisor, and the queen mysteriously died to smallfolk.
Mm-hmm. Well, it wasn't a mystery. They were murdered in front of her guards, who returned
Right.
to...
But all you have is the word of the guards. And as we
Yes.
can already tell, some of the guards aren't exactly, seeing eye to eye with you about the king. Which means
I
they
would
could
not
be.
say that they're not seeing eye to eye. They're simply blinded by their loyalty to the crown and the crown's bloodline.
Right, but what if they weren't loyal to the crown or the bloodline? They were
He kind
loyal
of screws
to...
up his face like, that just doesn't happen. That doesn't happen here.
Well, I mean, yeah, maybe, but just get the idea though. Like, what if your advisor had something to gain from both the king and the queen dying and going missing? I mean, look at what she has gained.
He narrows his eyes and he says, we are storm giants, not cloud giants. Duplicity, plotting, that is not our way.
But you do have a cloud giant in that hall right now.
That is a visiting dignitary. The princesses wish to know what was happening with the ordning. Now, here, I have provided you these slates. You can draw the likeness as I describe it using the marker tool, and that will determine how effective the sending spell is.
You got no tablet here? What do I look like? What do I look like?
This represents your
Gold?
ability to craft this illusion. So here
This
we go.
is a horrible idea.
All right. So he takes a piece of sushi and he eats it. He's that kind of waiter that would like sit at the table with you if you're too friendly.
Wow.
That kind of waiter. We all have met that waiter or been
Yeah.
that waiter or worked with that waiter.
Hard.
Yeah. All right. She is a pale girl with
All right,
worried eyes.
All right, we got the color down already.
Mm.
With worried eyes.
Yes, sort of a lavender skin tone.
What shape are her eyes?
They are worrisome. She
Now, what
bears a great burden.
No, I didn't say what they look like. I said what shape are they? Almond shape, diamond
Oh,
shape.
goodness.
They're sort of like crystals, turned on their side.
All right,
Sharp angles, but always squinting, as if about to cry.
okay. Boy, what is this? What is this over here? What is going on? Always squinting, sharp angles. Does she look tired?
She has strong cheekbones, and her nose is sharp,
Alright.
and noble with a rounded tip.
Is it possible to just roll like a performance check?
it totally is just torturing you.
I know you are.
Her lips are constantly pursed, and he looks around. She has a bit of a weak chin.
It's like Pictionary.
She has a long neck, and she favors furs. Her hair is wispy and wavy. She likes to wear it up. Her eyes are
You're describing
silver.
a giraffe. You're describing a giraffe right now.
Her eyes are silver, like the coming storm. heavy with rain.
I'm not gonna.
Her bearing is not as
Oh.
regal as it could be, for she is stooped by the many burdens that she carries.
Where's my button at? Where's it at?
As her father's
Yeah.
favorite, she's always worked hard to make him proud. With the death of her mother and the disappearance of her father, that weight is crushing her. All right, so Salem, you finish your picture of her.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. All right, Marcus, somewhere in Schultz, you send a message to a fucking giraffe. No, okay, so this is actually not performance. This is totally a spellcraft check. So you're just gonna roll. Yep, you're gonna roll your charisma. Marcus, no, Larionis, you're gonna roll your intelligence. Yeah.
It doesn't matter. They're all the same. Everything but Dex is 12.
Honestly, yours is pretty close. This one down here is pretty good.
That's
I'm gonna take-
Gyoza's.
Oh, that's Gyoza, you cheater.
No, I was-
Man.
No, Gyoza can
All
make
right.
shapes with his flames and water.
Oh, okay. Gyoza, who didn't say initially he wanted to play Pictionary, basically like backseat drives you guys like crazy and does a way better job than both of you. So,
I'm gonna take advantage of my thing then and roll again.
I made my charisma. roll.
Oh, Gyoza didn't help me at all. He
Okay.
just confused me.
yeah, using Gyoza's model as a basis, you take it a little bit further, and it's pretty good. Yeah, the valet, he claps in delight at your magic. Pandian says, you are great and powerful heroes. They command incredible magics. I feel that if anyone can help us through this dark time, it is you. But I must have you know, I am but a humble valet. My job is to serve the royal family, and that is all. I will tell you this. This will be a difficult night, but if you can prove that you are strong, if you can endure what comes next, they will be forced to respect your strength.
This
But
this food is all
I
whole,
will,
isn't it?
because you have done much for me, to impress me with your intent and your honesty. I will try to get a message to the princess.
Awesome.
What sort of thing should we expect tonight? A trial, an attack? Have you any idea?
Well, I got the feeling that those giant lords that were slighted by your words and actions will be given permission to pay you a visit.
Yeah, Lars, you probably pissed off the ice giant lady real bad.
Good. That's what I was trying to do, was to stir some
Hey,
things up.
Salem, we probably pissed off all of them by just showing the fuck up.
I don't know. That's the stone giant dude seemed pretty relaxed.
All right.
Giant was whatever about it.
Pandian is going to leave. He explains how your chamber pots work, because he doesn't know anything about small folk besides what he's read in books and things like that. They don't get a lot of small folk visitors. You get the feeling that the visitors they do get here are probably like merfolk and tritons and stuff like that. Hence the damp beds. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Larionis, you're looking at a little slick over there.
Okay, so you were gonna try to do ascending spell, or are you trying to do clairvoyance? What are you trying to do there, Marcus? Sounds like you work some magic.
Yeah, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm
Shit yourself.
going to cast clairvoyance in the area. I'm looking to cast clairvoyance on the other side of the door first. where she was, where they pointed to where she was, and that's under one of the conditions of the spell. The opposite side of the
Okay.
door, etc.
All right, let's see. A point within range. Okay, so 1 mile, no problem there. Invisible sensor within range of a place familiar to you. Okay, you kind of saw the hallway leading there. Yeah. Okay. All right.
As well as an
Let's see.
obvious location unfamiliar, on the other side of a door.
A creature that can see the sensor, such as a creature benefiting from seeing visibility or true sight, sees a luminous and tangible orb about the size of your fist.
Indeed.
Interesting.
Indeed. Bring it on,
Okay.
Crash.
Okay. Do you guys want only Marcus to be able to see, or do you guys want to have like a fly on the wall token so that you could see also?
I don't know, Marcus. How
I mean, how
good do you think?
immersed do you want to be? You know what I'm saying?
I think Marcus should be telling us as he sees it. He should be
Indeed.
describing
Yeah.
it. He's
Yeah,
trying
okay.
And I'm gonna
Here's
start.
The issue
Yeah.
is how much do we trust Marcus this?
Well, looking at his Pictionary board,
As much as he trusted us to draw the picture of the princess.
okay.
I'm gonna start with vision, since I have to choose one or the other.
All right, and how far can you see with this spell?
I can see it does not say any range.
Oh, all right. You just see. Okay.
Yeah, I just see.
All right. Cool. Let me switch you over to that map. Hold on just a second. All right. Let's see. Trying to pick out some. I'm getting tired of harp music. I'm trying to get you some other music. Let's see.
Ding 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 ding.
Oh, there we go. All right.
The Pink Panther soundtrack.
Oh yeah. Do you guys want heist music? Is that what you're saying? Okay.
Maybe, yeah, maybe.
I mean, I am planning on going and taking a jaunt through the palace in a bit, so.
You are gonna get us killed or yourself killed.
Well, you do well to wait until I'm done.
All right. Let's see. I'm gonna clear all these guys out.
I'm gonna take a jaunt outside and tell the guards, hey, there's a couple of hell kites in there, and that one guy's just like casting spells like crazy.
Well,
I'm on
I guess
your
Lars
side.
is dead
All right.
again.
So I put on Groovy One some music. Maybe? Is it coming through kind of crappy?
V1, it's just really quiet.
It's just a sort of ambience right now.
Yeah, it's like ambient
Hold on.
noise.
Let's see.
Kind of sounds like a rainforest.
Yeah, that is kind of weird. Hold on. Let's see. There we go. Okay. That's what I was looking for. All right. So, Marcus, I'm going to drag you over to this map by yourself.
Gotcha.
All right. Let's see. All right. So let me remove everybody that's on the stairs over here. There we go. All right. So can you see? You should be in a throne room.
I do, yes.
Okay. So in this throne room, there is a lot going on here. So let me check here. All right. You stand, well, you don't stand anywhere because you're floating eyeball. Behind you, two massive bronze doors. The bronze is hella oxidized from being underwater and stuff, so it's got this really nice, like, burnished sort of green patina thing going on with it. It's really nice. You don't hear anything, right? You just see.
Yes. First thing I'm going to
Okay.
do is look to see if anyone looks directly at
Okay.
where I'm seeing.
Well, this throne room resembles an amphitheater. Stone bleachers overlook an oblong chamber with a 50-foot deep pool of seawater near its center. In the middle of the bleachers is an archway with 2 doors in it. Let's see. At the far end of the passage, there is a portcullis. Facing the pool and the doors are 3 enormous thrones. The one in the middle is carved from a solid chunk of obsidian and has 4 blue dragon skulls affixed to its base. It hovers 1 foot above the floor, magically. 2 smaller thrones that flank it are made of beautiful coral and giant seashells. Sitting upon the floating throne of dragon skulls and obsidian is a girl who has sad eyes and a sad face. Can you see that when I shift see it? Or?
I do.
Okay. I mean, it looks exactly like Gyoza's drawing.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Perfect likeness.
Next to her is a dude that kind of looks like King Triton, I guess, a little bit. But like if King Triton was less into scolding his hot daughters and more into kicking the shit out of stuff. So he's definitely dressed like full on Myrmidon. I think I'm saying it right.
Mhm.
Like Trident warrior of death kind of deal. He looks like a tough dude that don't take no shit and is definitely willing to fight to solve his problems. Next to her, leaning over and whispering to her, is an interesting woman. She has that kind of indigo-ish, that light bluish skin that you read about in your picture book that you checked out at the library at Silvery Moon. Stunning blue eyes and extremely sharp features. In her hair, she has a gorgeous hairpiece that seems to be crafted of dragon bone. She is dressed in noble attire, beautiful dress and all that, but not as fancy as the clothing the princess was wearing, or the princesses were wearing, or this princess is wearing. But she seems to be having a conversation with the girl who looks troubled and sad. Angry dude just looks angry and bored, but is listening to the conversation nonetheless.
I'll swap to if they don't look in my direction, then if neither of them, because that's the thing I'm looking for, is to see if any of them immediately look at me.
Oh, okay. Give me an insight check. Interesting. Okay. All right. Yeah, nobody seems to be noticing you.
I'll swap to hearing then.
Okay. So you can no longer see, but you could hear.
Yes.
All right. So as you switch, you hear the conversation like mid-sentence, and then you hear the advisor say, "Yes, princess. Your sisters informed me that there were intruders, small folk, likely allied with the ones who killed your mother, that have come here to finish off the rest of the royal family. But do not fear, princess, for your clever sisters have tricked the intruders, and they will be dealt with. You will be safe, and we will continue the search for your dear father." Sarissa, you're assuming because there's only 2 other people in the room, and the dude doesn't look like he would sound like Sarissa.
Yeah.
Yeah, she kind of says, "Monsieur, You are wise and strong. Thank you. I should probably meet with the emissaries. I want to hear what is going on the mainland. I want to know if they've seen my father or heard anything. The news that I've heard, it speaks that our kind and our brothers and sisters of other tribes are making a terrible war against the people. This is not what my mother would have wanted. To know that her death caused such events. And before she could say anything else, you hear a booming voice say, her death was caused by the small folk's treachery. The small folk are reaping what they have sown. It is not our problem what the other giants do at the mainland. Less small folk is never a bad thing. And she looks to him. Oh, you can't see. But you hear her shift in the throne, and she says, "Uncle, do not say this. You know that Mother lived her whole life learning of the small folk and their customs. She was no fool. She would not have placed such trust and love in creatures that could be so treacherous. These are not the dark fae of the underworld that you read about in the Dritz Duerden stories. These are good folk who live beneath the sun and toil endlessly with the scant years the gods have given them. Despite their small size, their weak minds and bodies, they create wonders. They're so industrious and capable of such great things." You hear the advisor say, "Princess, these are pretty stories that your mother told you, but I have spent time abroad, and I have seen the horrors that the small folk visit upon any they can get their hands on. They are murder monkeys, nothing more. They care only for bloodshed and personal gain, and they will destroy any who get in their way. This is the truth of the world." You hear her kind of stifle a sob and slink down into the throne. "My dear, if you're too tired to meet with the emissaries, we can always delay until tomorrow. Why don't you go and lay down? I'll take care of everything."
That sounded evil.
All right. You hear her getting up out of the throne, and she's like, "Thank you, Mathir. I think I will. I might read for a bit before bed, and good night."
I swapped to seeing back again after that.
Oh, okay.
Just to see where she goes.
Yeah, she heads south out of the room.
Okay. And do the other two do anything?
All right. Mathir looks over at Mystery Uncle, and Mystery Uncle looks back at her, and he has no love for this woman on his face. He's just full of anger and grief. And he says,
Says words I can't hear because I'm watching.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He just says a bunch of stuff, gruff and angry. And then Mathir just sort of casually shrugs at him. And then he dives into this pool and disappears.
Okay, I'll go ahead and drop the concentration on my spell then. And I will then immediately relay what I've learned is that they intend to handle us as intruders and kill us. But yeah, I really wish I had the observant feed right now. That would have been so good.
Right. But hey, can you send a message to
I can, but I want.
Sarista?
Yeah, first thing I want to ask is, if they intend to handle this, we can go about this in a couple of different ways. We can either contact her directly, or I can use my sending to contact maybe someone else. What I'm thinking is, the cunning-looking cloud giant who was there. Maybe we can coerce him to
No,
help us somehow.
Not him.
You don't think so?
Those people might be working with the sisters directly.
Yeah, say if there's anyone I didn't trust in that room besides the sisters, it was him and the ice giant lady.
I think that if you do contact her, just try and phrase it as, you know, you were told that you can have an audience with her tomorrow, but we have something urgent to discuss, and you feel as though we're in danger. Ask her if she can order us to meet with her tonight.
And try to mention that we may have. It's probably going to be a lie, a little bit of a lie, but it might at least press the urgency. Tell her we may have information about her father and mother, or at least her mother and father. Yeah.
Let's not lie to her.
I'm
That
against
sounds like
lying
a
about
bad
it.
thing to
Yeah.
start.
No, we need to be 100% truthful.
Well, at least tell her you
any
can figure.
finger pointing, any supposition regarding our parents at this point, we need to sort out before.
Tell her you can't. Tell her we can figure out how her mother really died. Then.
Keep it simple, short and simple. We need an audience tonight, and we
I
fear
don't-
for our safety.
And
I
it's
don't
not
think
lying
that-
because Marcus can speak with Dead and ask her how she.
It doesn't really sound like there's any question to how she died.
Of course, there's question to how she died.
It's like the whole
Question
OJ
is-
case, real circumstantial, real weird. Something doesn't seem right. You know what I mean?
There's no proof that she was killed by "quote unquote" small folk, except
I mean,
for the
it
word
could've
of
been.
those other giants.
Well, she probably
And
was
clearly,
killed by small folk.
and clearly, by the sound of Marcus describing what this advisor said, not all storm giants are on the up and up.
Yeah, but it would have been so easy. No matter who killed her, it would have been easy. Just admittedly, it would have been easy for anyone to find some small folk that would be willing to do it for enough money.
Okay, these are storm giants.
Hmm.
Okay, enough. We can discuss politics in chat. Let's send the message.
Okay.
I
I am going to send a sending spell to the princess. And after now seeing her likeness and being 100% sure that there's not going to be any issue with who I'm sending this to, if there was any at all, I'll go ahead and word it out here in a sec. Hang on, let me type this out. Hmm.
Well, if someone does try to assassinate us tonight, let's keep our cool.
That's the throne that she was sitting on.
Ew.
Which is so much more impressive when you consider that that thing itself is probably like 15 to 20 feet tall. So those skulls are a lot bigger than if you're thinking about them in scale for a medium-sized creature.
This is a chair for a 25-foot person to sit in.
Ancient blue dragon skulls.
Now, you could, based off Marcus's description, attempt a history check to see if you know anything about this crazy throne. If you're trained in history.
And
Without
my
training,
book
without
advance-
training, it's too obscure of an item. Because you have dedicated time to that book about giants, you could roll as if you had training.
There's my sending message. 24 words. Pop in a 4th level slot for this one.
All right. Okay, let's see. Princess, apologies for the rudeness. We are the small folk who entered the palace. We intend no harm to anyone and would like an audience. Okay.
We need an audience tonight before we're insulted.
Okay.
Yeah, as soon as she
yeah,
replies,
yeah,
I'll
so
respond
many
with
words
what
you
I
can
need
use.
to. Yeah,
Yeah,
I can only
hold
use
on.
25 max.
I know. I know.
Yeah, it just sounded like you were trying to say that maybe it wasn't small folk after all,
That is what I'm saying.
but I'm just saying it would have been real easy to actually make it have been small folk.
Again, yes, but also no, because who goes out hunting giant?
Yeah.
Your reply,
Adventurers.
Marcus. Such magics. I was told you are assassins. You wish to trick me? To lure me to the killing floor? More words, Snake. Sway me.
I am surprised at the response, given what I just heard of her saying, and I will use another slot, and I will say, here, I'll just type this out. Here we go.
Okay. Well, Salem.
Yeah.
You talk to a palace, the palace like butler, basically. Like there could have been proof, but it's not like he's a guard or was asked to investigate the murder or anything like that. I mean, he listens for stuff, but it's not like anyone was forthcoming with information.
Right, but it also didn't seem like he was trying. At least that's what I felt. I didn't roll any insights, but still.
But yeah, Gyoza has a point. There are lots of adventuring groups out there with no moral compass. So if they were paid enough money, they would ice a storm giant, especially if they were able to ambush.
No, my point wasn't saying that.
But
there,
your
there
point is
weren't-
strong, that because I mean there are these are storm giants, so this ain't a joke, right? Like
Yeah.
anybody that took out storm giants would have to be strong, especially if she had palace guards with her,
Yeah,
like
and
personal guards.
and for all the guards to come back, but not her, even if they were injured.
Well, not all the guards. Some of her guards died as they chased away and killed the people. Then they escaped with
Quote, unquote.
her body. Yeah, they escaped with her body. That's sort of piecing together what you've learned.
Yeah,
This
but
is,
that could also be like the traitors or the ones who didn't turn traitor.
This is my next sending spell I'm going to send to her.
Mm.
If she responds badly to it, I'm going to respond, we wish to bring back King Hecaton.
Well, you can just wait.
Yeah.
for the
I'll wait for the response.
Yeah.
Yeah.
realize like what I'm saying is a whole bunch of like what if as well, or and
Well,
basically based on conspiracy, but
yeah, but I don't see where you're going with it. Like, what's the end game to that conspiracy theory?
the end game's already technically here. The advisor wanted power.
Yeah, no, I believe that. I agree with you with that. That it was probably like some storm giants that wanted.
So somehow or another,
Mhm.
they convinced someone to turn traitor against the. Blame the people she was working with, the small folk. Giants don't like small folk to begin with, mostly. So it's really easy to pin it on the folk. Then that's like, okay, well now the king wants revenge.
I think
his
we agree
daughters
that it could have been betrayal from the inside. What I'm saying is that they could have just had small folk do it just so there would not have been evidence of betrayal.
That still doesn't mean that there was no betrayal.
No, I completely agree with that. I'm just saying that if
that's
we
what
like
he's saying is if they hired the small
as
folk, there's
as
no
your
evidence of
allies
betrayal.
continue to discuss the goings on, you do receive a reply a few minutes, or barely 2 minutes after you send it. These are the words any would say to lull a target into a trap. You have magics enough. Speak with minds. Your time is short.
Is Marcus relaying this to us?
I don't know, Marcus. Maybe it looks a little like flabbergasted. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm just
maybe now's the time to mention them all. You can figure out how to.
What was his name? Pandion? You said that guy Pandion?
Our butler, Pandion.
Yeah, Pandion.
I'm gonna go ahead and type this up here. 1 second.
Marcus is going to be out of spell slots.
Here's a question. We never ran into anyone who dealt with killing of the queen, did we?
What?
We've never met anyone who's claimed known someone killed the.
You're breaking up, but you're saying we haven't met anyone that claimed to have killed the queen?
Right.
No.
We haven't met anyone who claimed to. We haven't claimed to know anyone or have taken part in it.
With giants ravaging the world, I'm pretty sure that whoever was responsible is not going to.
Well, no. Because we've met people who are willing to do stuff.
You're breaking up pretty bad, Salem.
Yeah, maybe do a quick reconnect to Discord.
My bars are full and everything's fine, but
it's not fine. We can't hear you.
Marcus, you're typing something?
I am. Not gonna lie to her, but I am gonna pitch something at her. Wait, give me a second. I'm trying to find the perfect words to fit this.
Maybe find a way to reassure her?
Yeah, based on Marcus's description of the conversation, like this girl has just had words of anti-small propaganda funneled into her ear holes.
Yeah, something that lets us talk to her without her feeling threatened. What can we do?
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and send this to pitch. Pandion has spoken with us. We wish to save King Hecaton. We can discover the true cause of death of your mother. We suspect a ploy. That's 24 words.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right.
Welcome back.
Hey,
Just laying my cards on the table here.
okay. There is no reply.
I will wait another few
You're gonna
minutes
kick
to
in the
see if she
door.
does reply.
Okay. While you are waiting, there is a knock at the door.
Who is it?
Aw, you sound super far away.
Who is it?
You hear a storm giant say, "It is late, but the princess does now have time to meet with you."
Is that you, Pandian?
No,
that-
this is not Pandian.
I open the door.
IS, maybe you
Carefully.
should back up.
Hide the Hellkites.
This is Abyss.
Oh, I throw sheets over the Hellkites.
Okay.
Why don't you move them to the corner?
Why? They're asleep in the beds.
Okay.
I want to whisper to anybody
Is there like a
nearby
bed sheet? Is there
that
is there a ninja? There we go. Put a ninja thing on your Hellkite.
Yeah.
They're covered by sheets.
I'm gonna let everybody know. Whisper anybody who's not immediately within range of that giant, as low as I can. This cannot go south. I have no spells to cast aside from just what I promised her.
We're at the bottom of the ocean. I don't think we can get any further south.
Okay.
I mean, there's the Underdark. Toral's technically a Jupiter-sized planet that's hollow, like a really, really bad block of Swiss cheese. So, really
Ooh.
good. I don't know which is better with Swiss
Good.
cheese, but
Good, probably.
big round anthill. That is the planet. So, Ed Greenwood didn't even get around to making all the shit he wanted to put in the world. That's how big it is. All right. So, the guard says, "I am opening the door."
Ias and Egan are probably going to stay in here.
Okay.
Everyone okay with that?
Guess so.
What about just Ias for now, so she can just, keep to the.
I would rather Egan not die if we screw something up because of something we did.
Okay.
I'm not taking responsibility for that.
They're gonna stay under the blanket fort that you built, and try to keep.
Throw down. That's one less thing Crash has to worry about.
Yep,
Okay.
exactly.
Okay. Follow me. You remember where the stairs are?
Yeah,
Yes.
you said follow you.
All right. This guy's like, "Yeah, go for it." And he kind of Vanna Whites the stairs. As you walk into the room, Gyoza, you immediately realize that you need to roll initiative.
I knew it.
Yeah. All right. You guys mind playing a little bit late tonight? Is that cool?
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Good for
Sure.
me.
Yeah.
Everybody's good with it? Okay. All right.
I actually rolled
Um,
well on initiative.
Crash.
Mm-hmm.
My elf shadow didn't drag with my token.
Oh no.
Can you put him right behind me? I can't see him. Oh, there he is.
All
Thank
right.
you.
I will roll Egan and Ias and the dinosaurs into initiative. You may need them. right. Oh, I forgot some very important people. Hold on a second.
I really hope I don't hear like 4 boop boop boops.
Oh yeah, that's a fight I
No, no,
want to
no.
run. Is one where I have to keep track of 4 different legendary action economies. Oh my
Not
god.
gonna fear of boop boop boops to be bloop bloop bloop.
Yeah.
Probably change the music too.
Oh
Hey,
yeah, I'm going.
it's one thing at a time.
Dun, 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 dun,
This
dun,
dude
dun,
is
dun,
not
dun, dun, dun.
here. Oops, hold on. I'm on the wrong map.
Oh man, wish I had more spell slots.
It's a big palace, like literally big, but also design-wise big. So, you see standing over here. You see skinny lady and blue lady, and they kind of step from the staircase into view as everybody starts rolling initiative. And this one says, "These are associates of the King's Killer. Prove your fealty to the throne and destroy them." And yeah, all of these giant lords roll their shit straight up into initiative. All right. So we probably want this to change out for
I hope no one's
this.
upset if I use the wand.
Nah, go for it.
All right,
How about
they can handle an adult blue
Nah,
dragon,
go
I'm
for
sure.
it. Go for it.
how about
Just-
we see if we can talk our way out of this first?
I mean, that's
giant-
actually
gaming.
options. It's options. All right, Ias is gonna go first, and she is going to hang out in Blanket Fort until further notice, because she does not know what you guys are up to out there. Karak, you can't see it all, but you can see enough, and you heard the proclamation.
He is at a bio. He said he's trying to go before this fight starts.
Oh, okay. We will come back to him then. Salem.
Okay, so which one was the one who said
Called us killers.
who called us the killers?
The blue-haired one.
Okay, I'm gonna flappy my way right here. I am flying 15 feet. Oh, hey, there she is. Hey, how you doing? And I will say, so that they can all hear me, we are no killers of your queen or your king, and we can prove it. Though, if you don't let us at least try to prove it, it shows doubt on your end that there couldn't be anyone else against you.
As you say these words to her, she lets out, with her +9 performance, a pealing laughter that just echoes off the stone walls and the 40-foot ceiling. And as she laughs, so too do the other giants assembled. Because at the end of the day, they're 25 feet tall, and you a little cat. And you feel that, Salem. You feel that. Anything else from Salem?
I probably can't try and roll like a persuasion from that.
You could roll one, but Blue Hair will be unaffected. She is, she is stalwart in her course. People listening might be affected by your words, but she herself, you get the feeling, is set on her course.
Okay, yeah, and I'll look at the 4 emissaries, and I'll be like, and I'll tell them, how do I want to word this?
Like, gotta word it quick, because 6-second combat rounds, we're trying to move this along. This is a big combat.
Yeah, I'll roll persuasion. Not great.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, well.
The laughter continues as small baby cat tries to say words to big folks.
Yep.
All right, Carrick, if you're back, we had to skip you. Do you want to go? Still gone? Oh, okay. He's back.
No, I'm still here. It's just I was gonna attack, but considering what happened, maybe I should wait.
Yeah, we're trying to use words first.
Yeah, let's just skip me. I missed my chance.
You hear Helen Hild begin casting a spell.
You mean this one over here?
The Frost Giant, yeah.
Yeah.
You gonna counterspell it?
Yeah, I'll counterspell it.
Okay. She will use her reaction to try and counterspell your counterspell. Anybody else want to jump in the counterspell game?
I don't think anyone else can.
Boy,
Right.
I'm gonna do counterspell at 5th level.
Oh shit.
Cause
Okay.
she ain't expecting it.
She is not. So she is just going to do a regular counterspell. So she will have to do a charisma check. What level spell is that? 5th?
Yeah.
Okay, then she has to get a 15 or higher with this charisma check. She does.
Yeah, I figured as much.
All right. I mean, 15. She had to get an 11 or higher, so it was better than 50%. All right. She casts a spell. It's nothing that's gonna hurt you. She goes ahead and casts Armor of Agathis on herself.
Sigh of relief.
Woo.
She casts it at the 3rd level.
Biggest
All right.
sigh of relief.
All right, that gives her what, 15 extra hit points, and people that hit her take cold damage.
In melee.
ain't too bad.
Oh
In
no.
melee,
Alright. But I hope she felt the pound. No.
And she will move to here. That will be her turn. BB Storm Giant has been told that you guys are bad news bears, and there's the 2 princesses there. He's just gonna do what he's gotta do. He's gonna run forward, and as he does, you see a crackling bolt of lightning appear in his hands.
Oh god.
and-
I'm
And
gonna
he jumps.
misty step.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I mean, come on.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm just gotta mark.
Solidarity, my ass. Mhm. Okay.
All right. We're
I
getting
am
lightning
15 feet in the air.
Whoa, what is that? Oh, okay, I was gonna say, like, it's not that wide, is it? Man.
Absorb
All right.
elements.
Because we've established in this campaign that beams suck and we allow overlaps, which Marcus has firmly established this.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, this guy's gonna cheese it to catch as many of you as possible. If Salem, it does not. Oh yeah, it does say that you're 15 feet up. All right. Let's see.
Does he want to spike it or does he want to go bowling?
Lightning strike. Oh, okay. His work's actually different than a lightning bolt. Nice. Okay, it's actually an AOE. So hold on a sec.
Lame.
So he chucks a lightning bolt. It strikes the ground and then causes an explosion of lightning. That's way cooler.
Is it a dex
How much?
save?
How
Or...
many?
All right.
Oh.
He does it right there. So you 3 would be caught in it. Here you go. It is going to do 12d8 lightning damage. That's a
Oh
lot
my
for a regular,
god.
for a regular guy. That seems like a lot.
You say 12? Wait, a regular guy? You
Yeah,
mean like a
that's-
regular storm giant?
Yeah, that's a normal storm giant. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'm using my bracers.
Holy shit! 63 damage. Oh, look at all those 8s. Oh my god. It's incredible.
Could you delete Elf Shadow?
What's your name, boy? What is your name?
His name's Greg.
No, his name is Kalanos. Nice.
Oh, I was gonna say, is it Jeff, but spelled like Geoff?
Good for you,
Woo.
Kalanos. You're gonna get a trophy or something. All right, so yeah, figure out your damage because that was nasty.
I take none.
Okay.
Shield master reaction.
Oh, well done. All right, Kalanos' turn is over. That brings us
Was
to
this-
midnight.
Would I have advantage with this with danger sense?
Yeah, you saw it come.
Okay.
Midnight sleeping.
Wait, you haven't
Over.
rolled yet? Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oof.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm using my bracers to have that though.
Okay.
Kind of have to.
Larionis, you're up.
Lars hiding under the robes of the the cloud giant.
Under.
Cloud
No,
giant.
Inside
not
of?
under. I'm on his shoulders.
Huh.
If
Well.
that's, I mean, I don't know how that works, but that's what I would have tried to do, is to land on his shoulder so I can talk to him.
Okay. You're on his shoulder. He, as a free action, can attempt to brush you off because this is obviously going horribly against consent clauses. Yeah, like what is this guy, an ancient dragon that you just teleport onto their back? I mean, this is a person here. I mean, come on now. All right. Yeah, you give him a reason not to grab you and smash you against the wall. Go for it. It's your turn.
All right. I'm just going to tell him that we mean no one here any harm. We merely wanted to speak to the princess. Whatever they've told you we are, these are lies. And I'm not armed. Like, technically I don't even have my shield out yet because I wasn't expecting combat.
All
So
right. Well, now that you're close to this guy, you see that Val, the cloud giant, is wearing a diamond-studded platinum earrings, easily worth a noble's fortune. His vest is embroidered with platinum threads. Tied to his belt is a blinged-out conch of teleportation, and he has a very sexy side satchel fanny pack that he's rocking. This is a guy that takes good care of himself. He looks at you, and he says, "I could care less. If you make it worth my while, I'm willing to change sides. I'm willing to stand back. But you better change my mind real fast."
all I can offer are my services when this is settled.
Okay. So you're just using words. No like down payment. No. No show of personal wealth or power to make good on it.
Oh, I mean, like,
I asked because I'm reading this directly from his entry in the published adventure.
I mean, I'll swear as the scion of House Ravane, noble House of Evermeet, that he has my word that that if when this is over, I will owe him a favor. I mean, I'd swear on my blade, but that would mean drawing my blade. So all I can really do is touch the hilt.
Oh, he looks at your sword and he says, "I think we could work out a deal right here, right now.
Ooh.
I'll get back to you." All right. But he does pick you up and set you down.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll take that bit off the.
All right. Storm giant to the north. He rushes into the room and he says, "Princess, what do you need? Oh, battle!" And she turns to him and says, Yes, these small folk were assassins. They planned to kill us just as they did Chief Gar. Please, help us. And he's like, okay. And he throws a fucking lightning bolt.
Lies. It's all lies.
This one detonates mid-air so as to hit Salem and Gyoza.
Alright. Dexterity saving throw.
It is DC 17 against this real nasty thing.
I'm gonna have resistance with absorb elements.
Alright, only 46 points of lightning damage. Alright, and he has done that. He's gonna have to recharge. Gyoza, to you.
What is my math on that?
Half
I
of
think-
46?
Yeah,
Half of 46,
half of half.
and then I half it again, so 20.
So you have it rounding down, and then you have it rounding down.
So 11 damage.
I mean, you're a physicist. You do the math. Okay.
All right. I'll turn this direction, and I will, in the hope of peace, I'll try and de-escalate the situation by casting command.
Oh, I thought you were gonna turn into a baby mammoth.
Nope.
Okay.
I will save that one for later, though.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast command at 4th level,
Ooh. Okay.
targeting this one, this one, this one, and this one, because they're all within 30 feet of this guy. So I'm targeting this one, and it's spreading out to targets within 30 feet of them, and they'll have to make a DC 17 Wisdom. Is it Wisdom?
Yes.
Yeah. And I'm telling them to flee.
Okay, you're gonna tell them to flee, and you're doing it on this one, the fire giantess, and the frost giantess.
Correct.
Okay. All right, here we go. Wisdom saves from Kalanos, and then unnamed guys. So here we go. And then the other. Alright, so this guy fails. Let's see. Tartha. Passes.
Yeah. 17's the DC.
Alright. Fails.
Okay, 2 out of 4 ain't bad.
Okay.
I mean, you just took two giants out of the fight. That's amazing.
And
For a
I'll
round.
turn to, for a round. I'll turn to this guy and I'll say, "You seemed the most reasonable out of everyone. This is not reasonable." Into the stone giant, and I'll.
Alright, as you take in Braxow's measure, you see that he has 15 gemstones embedded in his flesh as like body-piercing modification decoration type thing. Go ahead and give me an untrained religion check, Gyoza, as you take in his measure.
Okay.
His markings and gemstones mean absolutely nothing to you.
All right.
All right, so you turn to him and just say that, you know, you seem reasonable. You just kind of shrugs, yeah.
All right, and then I'm not a frontliner, so I guess I'm gonna step back to there. I guess. I'm just gonna start scooting back some.
Okay. Egan can't stand the idea of you guys being out there dying, like all the people in his backstory that he hasn't told you about. And he comes running around the corner with a dash action. He sees what's going on, and he looks at Carrick like, how could you leave me out of this fight, bro? And that makes him
Back
mad.
in your room.
So he starts raging. All right, Marcus. You're up. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Technically you have spoken with her, but the way you're couching this information feels more like deception, because you are not saying what you
Okay.
spoke about, so you're
Yeah.
leaving it sort of open-ended, so that's more like a deception.
You know what? That's okay. They're both the same for me.
All right.
There we go.
Oh God, nice.
All right. Everyone that could see the sisters, you may make an insight check.
There's my bad roll.
Okay. Larionis, you realize that by Marcus saying that, they are going to speed up the killing of you guys as quickly as possible. Specifically Marcus, but also the rest. You do notice that the basic bitch storm giants look a bit confused by what you have said, and they are hesitant. You see that Braxow is hesitant. You see that Helenhild and Tartha don't really care, and Helenhild looks like she's going to leave the room for some reason. Like she put the toaster on or something.
She got to pee so bad.
Yeah. I mean, I respect the fact that Gyoza didn't use command shit yourself. I know that you can only do a one-word thing, so you could just say shit, and they could item interaction. But you run a classy game,
no.
and you play a classy game, so I understand why you wouldn't use that. So,
Disrobe.
yeah. Command word masturbate, another terrible one that I've seen in my many years playing Dungeons and Dragons. Okay.
Huh.
I think that's why in 5th edition they spelled out like some options for you. They were like, don't think too hard about this one, kids. Just pick from the menu. Yeah. All right. So, Marcus, that was an action for sure because it definitely
Okay.
influenced the battlefield. Anything
Yeah.
else on your turn?
I will, cast spiritual weapon next to myself, and I will tell them that we will defend ourselves and prove this to all of you, if we must. But this is the truth. And there's my spiritual weapon, and it's not going to attack or anything. It's just going to be there. So,
Oh.
all right.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to step back another
So-
5 feet.
Okay. Tartha walks over to here. She sees your tiny spiritual weapon, and she guffaws. She says, did somebody drop their magic toothpick? And despite the tenseness of the situation, there are a couple of chuckles. She reaches into a satchel that she carries, giant sack, and she pulls out what looks like a cannonball, just a big sphere of iron. And as she holds it in her hand, it heats up tremendously. The skinny lady says, that one, the half-elf, finish him first.
Oof.
And Tartha launches a rock at you. You were within short range distance, so actually I think she's
Yeah.
here. There we go. All right, here we go. I have requisitioned
Come
a
on,
roll.
natural one. Oh no.
Oh,
Oh,
14.
does
All right.
not
You roll up
hit.
your shield, and
Woo.
it slams against the shield and just down the hallway. All right, that is her turn, because you would not have to fight 4 legendary boss monsters at once. The game is not that crazy. All right.
Free action. Ha 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 ha.
Oh. all
Yeah,
right.
I deflect it and say, "You dropped your pebble, bitch." I don't know.
This guy is hesitant.
This is something retarded.
But he looks to the princesses and he says, "Princesses, it sounds like they have spoken with Sarissa. They seem very confident in that fact. Is there an audience with her? Or was that the ruse to draw them out? I am confused." Alright. Miriam and Nim, they kind of look over, and they're just like super pissed off at this point, and they're going to try and sway him back with their own deception roll. Here we go. They say, "No, these are the lies of the small folk. You know how they are. They are treacherous." And he's like, I see. And he steps forward and he swings his sword at Salem. And he swings his sword again. But he does not hit Salem.
He doesn't
what?
believe them, so he's putting on a show.
Alright. Braxow watches that guy put on a show, and he seems unsure of what to do.
May I use a reaction on his turn to shout something to him? Without,
You want to burn your reaction? Sure, what do you got?
I do. I'm going to say... sorry, I've missed his name. They were introduced to us in the hall, right?
Well, if Salem kind of whispered to you, like from his nerd book knowledge, you know this is Braxow.
Braxile? Okay.
Braxow.
Braxow. Okay, so Lars would call out, Braxow, you and your people have honor. What is happening here is not honorable. None of us have even attempted an attack, not even to defend ourselves. You know this is wrong. Stand aside. Let the true princess set things aright.
Okay. Yeah, give me a persuasion check.
Oh, how I wish that was the one I took this morning instead of nature.
I don't suppose you took religion, do you? As you look over and you see the gemstones embedded in his body and the strange runes marking his skin,
No.
etc., etc. All right, you can make it, but it is,
Oh.
yeah.
I mean...
Give me a religion check anyways.
Oh, okay.
Okay, you do recognize the sigils on his body are those of Annam. You remember seeing them at the Eye of the Allfather. It is your understanding that this guy is extremely devout and religious to Annam, the Allfather, based on the arrangement of his personal body modifications and branding and tattoos and whatnot.
I'll have to utilize that knowledge on my turn.
Alright. So Val's turn comes up and he says, "Oh, this is just a shit show. Listen. That sword looks awfully valuable. Why don't you hand it over, and then I'll make all of this go our way." It's not like those two are the real rulers of the Storm Giants. As long as Sarissa's happy, I'm not in any trouble.
I'm just gonna look at him and say, any boon I can give you, I will endeavor to do so. But I am life-bound to this blade.
Oh,
This is a moon blade.
Listen, midget. I don't get out of bed for less than 10,000 gold dragons. Do you have something that valuable to give me? Otherwise, I'm gonna kill you.
I swear to God, don't point at Salem.
I'm gonna scowl and I'm gonna pull my hidden leaf token and I'm gonna hold it up to him and I'm gonna tell him that this item is so powerful as to be nearly priceless. What's more, I am not life bound to it.
Oh, he raises his eyebrows and he says, I can hear the regret in your voice, and it is delicious. He plucks it between two fingies from you, pockets it, and says, all right, let's see what we can do. And he is going to fall down a great fog cloud. I know you feel like you paid for more than a fog cloud, but this is just how he starts off his AI script. So.
Well, I mean, that's honestly a fantastic way to stop a battle from getting too far out of hand.
Yeah. So he is a cloud giant though, so it's a little bit bigger than normal. All right, let's see. Yeah. There we go. All right, so he's gonna drop it. Let's see. There. All right, that'll work to start. And then he'll turn to Braxow and he'll say, "Don't be an idiot. Didn't you hear? They were traveling with Harshnag. That means they've been to the Eye of the Allfather." And you see Braxow's jaw just unhinge. Yeah, they spoke with the Oracle. That's what Harshnag was up to, remember? And Braxow kind of like rubs his head like, maybe, I don't know. And he kind of not. Yeah, I mean, you hear these are stage whispers, but they're giants. You know what I'm saying? So
Giant stage whispers.
Yes. All right, so Braxow grunts and grips his weapon even harder. Okay. Shadowmar continues slumbering, I guess, even though he totally wants to get out there and kick some ass. Ias will keep them in there, or do you want to risk it?
No.
I mean, no. Okay.
Keeping them in there.
All right. Top of the round, Sergeant Carrick Borgash, you're up. Just so you know, this is fully obscuring terrain. The smoky clouds. I can draw some stuff if it makes it easier on dynamic lighting to kind of keep track. There we go.
Is it safe to say that we will all have overheard him whispering that to the Eye of the Allfather?
Pretty
and all
safe.
that? Okay.
Yeah. All right. All right, Carrick, you're up. I don't know if you're muted or not, Carrick, but I
No,
I'm
not. I'm just frustrated with the current situation.
The only giants he can see are the
Keep
ones
engine
that
from
want to
raging
kill.
forward.
Carrick, uncharacteristically, is going to disengage and he's going to fall back.
Okay.
And he's going to shout out, "Get this resolved! I can't take any more hits like that."
All right. As you go into the room, Ias looks out from the blanket fort, and she says, "How bad is it out there? Do you need my bow?"
It's pretty bad. Your bow will make a difference. We have to talk our way out of this.
Wait, my bow will make a difference to talk our way out of it?
No.
Oh, won't make it.
Your
Oh,
bow-
okay.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's fine. I really didn't want to go out there. I was like, wow, they brought me back to life and then brought me to fight like 16 giant lords. This is the universe telling me I really should have just stayed in heaven. Like, oh my god. I'm so scared, Kara.
Damn it, Ias.
All right, Salem, you're up.
Salem is gonna like wink at this guy, like a little thank you for the reprieve. And then he's gonna face Braxow,
Mm-hmm.
and he's gonna, and I'm gonna, and it's like, it's true, we have been there, and I will pull the opal of the Ild rune out.
Oh shit! Oh yeah, yeah. He's just like that Vince McMahon thing where his reaction just keeps getting more extreme. You know,
Yeah.
like yeah, when you pull that out, he's like, oh, like yeah, he just can't believe what he's seeing.
Yeah, and so I do that, and I'll say out loud, I'll just keep repeating what we've been saying. It's like, we aren't here to fight. We are here to prove, or we're here to stop the ordaining. And as it stands, we can. And I'll look at this storm giant as well. And I'll be like, we can possibly tell you who murdered your queen.
Can't do that.
I didn't say right now.
Okay. Helenhild has to use her action to flee the room. So that is what she's going to do. She calls out in Giant, I am not afraid. I am magically compelled. Alright, and that is what she does with her turn.
I mean, it's technically not wrong. It's not like she's afraid. You just told her to leave.
Kalinos leaps into this pool of water and disappears.
Oh god, I thought you were about to say he leaps at me.
Midnight, restless but being held at bay by party ranger Larionis.
Okay, so Lars is going to move
Should
here
we go
so
in
you
that
can see
pool?
Marcus, and he's going to call out to Marcus. Use your magics. Tell the princess what is happening here. Tell her we need her aid. That's my turn.
Okay. Alright. Storm Giant. He's going to try to get back his lightning. Is it
Sorry.
5 or 6?
I'm equipping my shield.
Oh, okay. He does not get back his lightning. He moves forward and sees that there is a dense cloud there, and he's just going to slowly walk along the walls, take a dash action, and get to there. Alright, Gyoza, to you.
All right, how high up is Salem? I can't read his thing.
15 feet.
15 feet.
That's a little too high to slap. So,
Do like a Michael Jordan dunk.
can I run and jump, touch 15 feet? I
Yeah,
don't think so.
well, maybe. I don't know. I don't
That's
know.
that's really high. That's real.
Probably not with your
I
strength.
feel like 5e jump calculator would know for sure, but
I don't think so. I think that's way too high.
okay.
Yeah, I'll just summon healing spirit.
Yeah, I think your high jump is only 4 feet off the ground. So
I'll summon a healing spirit
okay.
at second level.
All right.
Let's do it third level. Salem's pretty hurt.
Okay. All right. Anything else from Gyoza?
No, just getting Salem's attention so that he knows that the spirit's there to heal him.
All right,
You
Egan.
could have dropped it right on top of me.
I
Egan
don't.
saw you run past. He didn't get attacked, and he didn't get to attack anything, so he would lose his rage. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have used this rage. I'm
Yeah.
terrible with barbarians.
Punch the
He would
ground!
lose it.
Yeah, this turn he's gonna rush forward to attack this giant. Is that the one he's supposed to attack?
No!
No!
No.
No! Hit the
Oh,
We
ground!
Alright.
literally told him to stay in the room.
All right, he's gonna fall back with his superior officer. Meh. All right, Marcus, you're up.
I'm going to let's see, step this way, and I'm going to look at Braxow and I'm going to say, please, Braxow, what you heard is the truth. We have been to the Eye of the Allfather and have spoken with the Oracle. we must speak with the princess in person. We need your hand in this. Do I have a persuasion to make, or?
You can do persuasion with advantage.
Oh, Crash! I completely forgot that I could actually move. Can I touch my healing spirit real quick and just so just do.
Did you put it on the ground?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why he motioned to you, because he wants you to fly down to it. I was following what he was doing, but he didn't actually. All right, Braxow nods to you and says in Giant, "You speak like a baby, but."
I have tongues. I do have tongues.
You have tongues going still? Okay.
Yeah.
In that case, then he's like, "You speak honeyed words, but good ones." I had my suspicion about those two. All right. Seems like he's been won over.
Okay. Then I'll just spiritual weapon move it over here towards me. That's it. And that's my turn.
All right. Okay. Tartha comes stumbling out of the mists. And she sees that she is in a target-rich environment. Val looks to her and says, "Things have changed." And she looks at him and says, "Nothing's changed. There's small folk to kill. And a lovely pet to acquire." And she hefts her massive greatsword, and she's going to bring it down.
No, what?
Let's see.
I thought a pet to acquire.
She got a reach of like 10 feet, man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. She'll save you for last, sweet kitten.
I'm gonna make her disappear.
I'm just saying they were ordered to take down Marcus.
You were the talky one. Yeah, you were the talky one, Marcus. If this was the Frost Giant, she'd go for Larionis, but yeah, she's going for you, Marcus. Here we go.
Let's see them 3 attacks, I guess, or whatever it is.
She's a siege monster. Do you consider any part of your body a structure? Because I'd love to deal automatic double damage.
No.
He does have a rigid mast.
Okay.
No.
Are you wearing magical armor?
My shield does count as magical.
But the armor on your body, is that
the
magical?
armor on my body? No.
Okay, she's gonna attack the armor on your body and thus your body with her greatsword and smash your armor, because it's an object. She's a siege monster. Here we go. First attack.
Holy shit. Well, the first attack is unless you have advantage.
Alright, here we go.
Yeah, one hits.
Okay. Alright, so 28 for 30. That does a lot of damage to your armor. I would say 60 points of damage to a regular suit of armor. It just sort of like Ghouls and Ghosts guy, Arthur, right? Whenever he gets hit, he ends up in his underpants. It's one of those situations.
Wait, so the first attack hit?
No. I'm saying she does double damage to objects, basically. She's trying to, just smash your armor and also you at the same time. So, yeah. So, anyways, she hits you, just damages your armor, damages you for 30. And then Salem, because she moved into your space, you do need to make a strength saving throw DC 19 or be knocked prone. Because anytime a fire giant moves into an enemy's space, or at least this particular fire giant, on a turn, that enemy must make a strength save or be knocked prone.
Oh man, even while I'm flying?
Especially while you're flying, yeah.
They're 25 feet tall.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah, Salem!
I shoulder checker.
And then she will push past you and try to slam Lars into the wall. So Lars, give me a strength saving throw, DC 19.
This is because I cheered for Salem, isn't it? Oh,
All right,
I'm
yeah.
prone.
She comes and she just kind of kicks you, and you fly into the wall, and there's like a thud and some like stone cracks, and you fall prone to the ground, and she just chuckles. All
Boy,
right.
am I gonna tie something on her?
This storm giant, he's like, oh man, I'm having a time here. I'm having a time here. He looks over, and the princesses can't see him, and he is going to move here and move down the hall, and he says, I will go and find the fleeing cowards. And then he uses a dash action.
That was super believable.
Oh, sorry, the cheese stick cops are here. At the end of every D&D session, they receive one cheese stick to share, and they've learned to tell time, and they know that we're running over. So they actually battered down the door, and are now demanding cheese sticks. I'm very sorry. We're gonna make it to the end of this combat round, though. So yeah, Braxal. All right, Braxal is down. He's down for this. He sees that there is a heavy, dense fog cloud there. Val is on your side. He is going to move towards Tartha, and then fighting over your head, Marcus. He is going to engage her in melee.
Ooh.
All right. So he just clubs her, and he clubs her again. Holy shit.
Yeah, he does.
All right.
Oh, strong hits.
Yeah. She takes 44 points of damage. And she turns to him and says, you traitor. And he's like, I serve the All-Father, not you, and not them. All right. This Val dude, he snapped his fingers, and the whole cloud becomes electrified.
Well,
Nice.
they're storm giants.
Huh.
Yeah, that's true. So it starts kind of crackling with energy and whatnot. She looks at it, afraid. You realize that the frost giant on the other side of it will not be able to get through it without taking some damage. And politically, he won't be able to hurt the princesses. So
Hey,
it's almost like he planned it that way. All right, he is concentrating on that though. Shadowmaw, Ias kind of screams at the giant at the door. She wants to know, should I shoot him? I'll shoot him. Should I shoot him, Carrick?
Hold your fire. Ready a shot, but hold your fire.
All right. And as her turn ends, you hear the two sisters say, oh, everything's falling apart. We must flee, sister. And you hear video game staircase sounds as they flee up the staircase. All right, and that's because of the cheese stick cops, but also because, you know, we played extra hour, is where we'll leave off. The battle turning in your favor. The two duplicitous sisters fleeing combat. The only real threat is this crazed fire giant, and a very salty frost giantess.
I'm about to,
Yeah,
I'm about to snuff this fire giant's flame.
All right. So yeah, you guys managed to take that from a mathematically impossible fight to a manageable one. So well done. Well done.
Woo.
All right.
I couldn't think of anything to say properly.
I mean, I'll be honest. I prepped this game this part of the game on stream, and I was like, "This shit crazy!" Like, I couldn't stop saying it. I was like, "This is crazy!" Like when I saw and then it's like, and then that night they come down and they try to kill the. I'm like, 4 giant lords, two storm giant versus storm giant guards. They come. What? And I was just like, yeah. But
I
then I
knew
was
what I
reading
wanted
it,
to say.
and I was reading it, and I was like, oh, there's alternate win conditions for each giant. Oh, okay. Because I was like, this is crazy. What are they thinking? Yeah.
Oh man.
I knew what I wanted to say. I just couldn't like get it out the way I wanted to say it.
Oh no! As a player, if I saw that, I would have been like, I don't know. I don't know what to do. Like that's crazy. Yeah. But well done, especially when the basic bitch guard is chucking like a 12d8 like lightning ball.
Lightning. Yeah.
Yeah. It was just, oh my god. So, all
I mean,
right.
as soon as we saw the amount of giants there, I was like, "There's no way this is a conventional fight."
Well, this isn't a conventional dungeon. Like honestly,
No, this is
it's just so even like a level 20 party would be a challenge if you treated it like a dungeon. If you were like, besieging them essentially. If you were like, open up SWAT team kind of deal.
yeah.
Yeah, it would still just be. It would be a bloody mess. It'd be a
I
bloody
don't, I
mess.
don't, I don't know. I think the Scales of War guys would just drop a T-Rex through the roof.
Yeah, liberal use of T-Rexes would definitely help, but yeah. These are also Storm King's Thunder Giants, so they all have alternate moves in addition to their basic bitch stat blocks too. So they,
Oh.
like the Fire Giant knocking people down, and some of the other stuff they could do. It's crazy. All right, but yeah, the whole like I don't even get out of bed for 10,000, like that is 100% like from the adventure. I'm gonna post it real quick into the Game Art channel, so you don't think that I was just making up a ridiculous number to try and like party tax. Yeah, he's easily swayed by bribes. If he wants 10,000 gold or more. Yeah. So, all right. And if he doesn't get it, he becomes hostile again. Like if you say you're gonna give it to him and then you don't, he turns on you. So it was crazy. Well done. I'm glad nobody died. And next week we'll see how this pans out. Hopefully you guys will get to speak with the princess, and I'm very excited to see where you take things from here, because this is where it starts to get really interesting. Like you are in the plot. This adventure has kind of a good rep slash bad rep for being sort of like a wild road trip, but you are at your destination essentially. Like this is the adventure. Like you are in the adventure now. So like what you're going to be doing is seeing all of the little things that you found out throughout the region, and all the little things that you did so far are all going to start fitting into place, and it's just going to be, I think it's really cool. So all right. Announcements. There's Schalt stuff tomorrow. Saltmar stuff Sunday. Odyssey stuff Monday. Blah blah blah. I think Schalt is now twice a week because Will apparently is Superman. I don't know. Yeah. So there's
He was
Wednesday.
doing it twice a week, but he's got a move coming up, so I don't think it's
Okay.
going to be next Wednesday. But he said he's trying. He's hoping Thursday will work out because
All right, thanks for showing up, everybody.
I
I'm
am
going to
part
end
of a
the
group
stream
that
here.
has decided to commit
Good night.
suicide, and we went off